throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness. So we must have had Ellen Meyer the previous one. So Abby Haig tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh. So Francisco Rodriguez will take the corner kick, bending it in, a header and a goal! Chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in! And the Cardinals Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will down it. Here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Lewis is battling Recklin Ellingson, and here's a shot. Outlet ahead. Gavin Roderick on the front end. Alexandria scored 11 of the next 13, and the Cardinals have played from it. Up the right side, he's got room, takes the shot. Save made, rebound. A marquee matchup on the ice is set to come this evening inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. The Cardinals, for the first time in several years, have the Moorhead Spuds visiting, and Moorhead has the distinction of being the defending Class AA Big School state champions in 2025. Should be a terrific test tonight for the Alexandria boys hockey team. Again, I believe this is the first time in at least 8 seasons that Moorhead and Alexandria have matched up against one another. I believe the last time that happened was in 2016. The varsity game will be getting underway right around 7:15. We look forward to bringing that to you on KXRA Radio, and also with the video presentation and the KXRA play-by-play on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. This is our pregame show presented to you by Jartner Motors of Alexandria on our latent media platforms. Let me introduce some of the people that are helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. We've got Jackson as our KXRA radio studio engineer. Another Jackson, he's known by JP Boleen on the air. He is our videographer for the coverage tonight. And then we also have our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters. They're the ones that will present their messages during our presentation tonight. They help to bring you Alexandria sports play-by-play all throughout the 2025-26 school year, fall, winter, and spring. My name is Dave McClurg. I'm the sports director with KXRA Late Media Alexandria, and my broadcast partner tonight. Welcome back, Jeff James. I know it's great to be alongside you for Alexandria boys hockey. Obviously, we were here 9 nights ago to see a very good performance by the Alexandria Cardinals. They'll probably have to raise their level of play tonight against a team that really, I think, by a lot of standards is going to make a major push toward another state championship this winter.
Absolutely, and I mean, what more can you ask for? You have the defending 2A state champs in the house tonight. If you can't get up for this one, I don't think you can get up for any. So yeah. This is a big game for these guys.
I know Alexandria has been off since last Saturday. The Cardinals followed up that win against St. Cloud Cathedral with back-to-back defeats. A little bit of a head-scratcher a week ago tonight as St. Cloud, the public school program from the Granite City, faced Alexandria in a CLC matchup. Built up a 4-0 lead before withstanding a furious third-period rally by Alexandria that ended up 2 goals short. And then the Cardinals also fell by 2 goals against Northern Lakes on Saturday. So not the best way to wrap up the week for the Alexandria boys hockey team. But again, I'm sure the adrenaline is pumping for the Alexandria players. Again, it's not very often you get a defending state champion coming into your house.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you wonder, too, if there maybe was a little bit of looking ahead. But with the 2 losses, I was able to see a little bit of the Northern Lakes one, and it just didn't look like, things were clicking for Alexandria. And then they had a little bit of undisciplined play at the end, and it just that was a tough one to swallow, I think.
The Moorhead Spuds under head coach John Ammerman, a Moorhead High School graduate. Tough to believe he's already in his 14th year as head coach at Moorhead High School, and he's taken other teams to the state tournament, but I think many people in the Red River Valley of the North were thrilled to see the 2024-25 Moorhead team finally get the job done, not have to settle for that second place finish and win the whole thing. And how ironic was it that both state champions are right near the Red River, as East Grand Forks is the defending Class A state champion. So we had 2 state championship trophies head to northwestern Minnesota.
Yeah, it's always good hockey over there. I mean, you talk about the history with the Thief Rivers, the East Grand Forks, even going over into Grand Forks with Grand Forks Central and Red River, and then obviously Moorhead. It's always been good hockey. So it's not super surprising. I think the biggest surprise, though, is that Moorhead had been the stepsister all these years, and now they get to be the, I guess, the bride of the bell, as you could say.
Yes, and Moorhead of 2025-26 seems to be, on a good pace right now. 5 wins in as many games. Their home opener last Thursday against the St. Michael Albertville Knights. People see that score, an 8-2 final, but yet Sean Fish's team from St. Michael Albertville was tied with Moorhead after 2 periods of play. And I think we saw last week that Moorhead can put a lot of goals on the board pretty quick. And I'm sure Alexandria's defense will be tasked to making sure that we don't have an avalanche of goals in fairly fast fashion.
Well, you have a feeling that a team like this, with the players that they have, Moorhead can kind of turn it off and turn it on when they want. It's probably not what a coach wants to see. They want to see it turned on all the time. But I would imagine that was probably a little bit of a wake-up call that, hey, we're tied here, and we want to exert our will on these guys. And I'm hoping that Alexandria comes out and just plays a really good game from start to finish, and we'll see where we end up.
This is a very talented Moorhead High School boys hockey team already. According to J.P. Boleen, he was able to reference the Legacy Hockey website, which does a great job covering boys hockey in the state of Minnesota and keeping track of college commitments. Already, Moorhead has 3 athletes that in one way or another have made commitments to playing college hockey. Zach Zimmerman, one of the centers for Moorhead, committed to MSU Mankato. Tyden Bergeson, who's going to be in the starting lineup for the Spuds tonight, he's a commit to Augustana University of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And then Max Cullen, who's actually not in the lineup tonight for Moorhead, he's already made a commitment to the University of Minnesota Duluth. And Jeff will probably see other players from this Moorhead team furthering their hockey career, whether it be on the junior level, then college, or, they're definitely not going away from the ice once they graduate as students from Moorhead High School.
No, and the benefit of some of that, too, is that several of these players that are playing for Moorhead tonight have already played 20-some games in juniors already prior to the high school season starting. So that's just the big benefit that you get by playing junior hockey, because you get to play before and then after, depending on how long their season goes, whether they're state champs or they're knocked out in the sections. That would be when they would rejoin their junior team as well. So lots of hockey for these young kids.
Again, we look forward to bringing you the play-by-play. Game time right around 7:15. Before that, though, as part of our Junkner Motors pregame show, you'll hear my conversation with Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria boys hockey team. In fact, we're going to take our first break here on our Leighton Media platforms. That chat with Coach Olson follows these words.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western, you can bank on us.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Welcome back to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria, inside Old National Bank Arena, with more of our Jarno Motors pregame show. Our pregame coach's comments are being brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. Dave McClurg joined right now by the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Dr. Landon Olson, as the Cardinals are getting set to challenge Moorhead in a non-conference matchup between two common rivals in a Section 8AA. Landon, I know that it's been several days since the Alexandria boys hockey team was on the ice. You and I had the opportunity to get together about 9 days ago before the home game against the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. In my mind, I thought a pretty solid performance all throughout the night. Your kids scored in every period that night. Brady Schluter got the shutout, and all told, your Cardinals put together a solid performance. Was that, in essence, the highlight of the week for your team, getting off to that week with a 4-0 win?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good start to the week. We played really well. We played 3 full periods that game, and it was a good way to kick off the home game season.
I know that St. Cloud Cathedral has retooled a little bit. They've been in the state Class A tournament the last couple of years, winning it 2 seasons ago and then finishing runner-up last year. And while they might be a little bit youthful in terms of their overall varsity experience at this point of the year, I would still think it's St. Cloud Cathedral. I mean, they don't have down years at Cathedral. They just have retooling or reloading years. And I would think, with the 2 victories your guys have so far, that has to be, one of the most satisfying wins to this point.
Yeah, it's always fun to beat Cathedral. And they do. They have a good history, runner-up last year. They're, like you said, they're retooling a little bit, but they're still a really good hockey team. And it's still a rivalry that we have from years ago when they were in our section.
I know 2 nights after the home game against St. Cloud Cathedral, your guys got back onto the ice here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center to open up conference play and also have a game against a Section 8AA rival, that being the St. Cloud Crush. I got the information, it sounds like St. Cloud built enough equity in the first couple of periods to withstand a furious third period rally, but how do you sum up the home game against the Crush ultimately that the visitors ended up winning by a couple of goals?
That was a game where I feel like we gave it to them. We get ourselves in a 4-0 hole going into the third period on 3 goals for sure that were plays we know we can't make. We're just trying to do too much with the puck in that moment. So we gave them 4 goals. We had a good regroup in the intermission going into the third. I truly felt like if we got that first goal in the third period, we were going to win the game. And then we come out, we get a goal in the first 2 minutes, then we score again about 2 minutes later and get the third one with about 5 minutes left. Our boys had a lot of confidence, a lot of passion that night in the third. In the end, they got 2 empty net goals before we could get the fourth one. But that third period is how we need to play, and that was kind of what the message after the game was too.
Landon, was it a bit of a head-scratcher to work your way through the first 2 periods? Again, I think your team outshot St. Cloud pretty convincingly, but yet still had no goals on the board, and it was 4-0. When I was seeing the line score evolving that night, I was kind of blown away.
Yeah, I think we were out shooting them going into the third period, 17-7, 17-10, something like that. It's early in the season. We're getting our chances in the first period. We're just not hard enough on our sticks right now and demanding those pucks go in and forcing them in. We're kind of wishing them at the net. And so that's something we've talked about the last couple weeks at practice. We need to come out hard, come out fast, and when we get opportunities, they're precious, and we need to bury them. It's hard to play when you're constantly coming from behind, and it's kind of demoralizing when you're dominating a team and you're still coming from behind.
2 days after hosting St. Cloud, your team made the trip, I understand, to Crosby to face the Northern Lakes Lightning, and I got your recap over the weekend, and it kind of sounds like, again, a situation where your team's kind of trying to battle back. Now, the deficit was not quite as great, but what do you take out of the loss against Northern Lakes on Saturday?
On Saturday, it was just a long day for us. It's a learning moment for our team on how do you prepare for road games. What do you do on the bus? What do you do when you're at the rink? So that you're staying sharp and not getting complacent. Big rivalry game up there just from the last couple years. They score first. We tie it up early second, and then we give up a goal with about a minute left in the second. But we had our chances. Third period, we had 2 power plays where we just didn't connect. We were building momentum, and then we took two penalties at the end of the game there that eventually put them on a 5-on-3, and that's what iced the game. But learning moments on how do we prepare on road games? What do we do? Because the only time you really lose is if you don't learn from what happened. So that's kind of our motto right now. We're going to learn from everything we do.
We are getting together here with Dr. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal Boys hockey team. Our pregame coach's comments are being brought to you by Alamere Health. On the way inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, we'll have the Alexandria Cardinals matchup against the Moorhead Spuds. Landon, I know that the team has not played since Saturday against Northern Lakes, and we got interrupted with a weather-related issue that let school out early on Tuesday, and I would guess that probably meant no practice, but at least you're coming into tonight having a practice day on Wednesday. As you've gotten together with the guys, what have been your emphasis points, gearing up for what is ahead, not only tonight, but for the next foreseeable week to a week and a half?
Yeah, this week has just been focused on what we do, play our game, and just how do we play? What are we looking for? What's our D zone look like? What's a successful D zone? And then really talking about how when we get our chances, we have to be hard on them and we have to bury them. We can't just be wishing pucks around. We have to demand that they go in the net. And so that's kind of been just the emphasis this week is focus on what we do and what we do well, and then maximizing on those.
I know that in advance of this particular matchup, a lot of hype about Moorhead obviously being the defending state champions. Something that no other previous Moorhead high school team had been able to do is, get to the championship game and then finish off the deal. That's exactly what they did against Stillwater back in March. But how are your players reacting, and do you have to, kind of, work with the emotions a little bit to realize that, hey, we belong on the ice with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is, growing up, everybody's played Moorhead, right? We've all played them. We're familiar with them. We know what they have. But yeah, there is some hype, and it's our job as coaches to help them remember, like, hey, we're all just playing a game. We're playing the same game. It's the same rink dimension, same puck weight, same net size, and it's just a high school game. It's just kids. And we need to go out and let our emotions be good. Let the nerves, use the nerves as energy for what we know we can do.
I know that Moorhead's last game was a week ago against St. Michael Albertville. It was the Spuds home opener, and people look at the score at the outset, seeing 8-2, but then you go inside the numbers, peel back the onion a little bit, and it was 2-2 going into the third period. So I would think, and you'll see St. Michael Albertville coming up here right before Christmas time, but Moorhead's played some challenging opposition so far, and they've been tested, and I would think that your guys go in with the mindset, we're out there to test them as well.
Absolutely. You look at it, it's just another challenge, and that's what we sign up for, right? You sign up to play the best and to challenge yourself and test yourself every day, and that's what we're going to do, right? That St. Michael Albertville game with Moorhead, you're right, it was 2-2 going into the third. Shots were pretty heavy for Moorhead, but it showed, like, hey, anybody can play with them, okay? And you keep the game close, you score on your chances, and they're a beatable team. And so it's just us going out, focusing on what we do, and kind of eliminating that hype in our own mind a little bit, and just going from there, having fun with it, playing our game.
In essence, when it comes to the action on the ice here over the next couple of hours, Landon, what has to happen, for your team to, challenge a Moorhead team and maybe make them work the full 3 periods?
Yeah, they have incredible skill. Their top 6 forwards are really good. They got 5 games. They got kids with 14 points, 11 points, 14 points, and 12 on their top lines. And so they're super skilled. So what we need to do is we need to go out and limit their chances, keep them to the outside. The big thing for us right now is not getting puck watch. We're just focusing on the puck. We have to know where our guys are, know where our coverage is, communicate. We do that. We can get pucks behind their D. We can work on them. They like to stick check a little bit, so we can use that to our advantage, use our team speed. But the big thing, D-zone, eliminate their chances from inside the house, force them to the outside, and then capitalize on our chances. I like our chances tonight. I think we got a good game plan, and we're just ready for it.
Excellent. Landon, best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinal Boys hockey team. Hopefully the guys come out and execute the plan that you're looking forward to seeing tonight. And let's have some fun and who knows, maybe a happy smile at the end of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a challenge, and that's what we signed up for. So we're ready for it.
There is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals boys hockey team, Dr. Landon Olson, our special guest as part of our Jotner Motors pregame show. The pregame coach's comments brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. And we do thank you for joining us for our Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey coverage tonight on our Leighton Media platforms. Special thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our Alexandria Cardinal sports play-by-play all throughout the 2025-26 school year. The boosters of Alexandria Cardinal Sports Programming also bring you the radio coverage on KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We also have the live audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Moorhead won the junior varsity matchup. That was a close encounter, though. The Spuds scored the only goal of the game in the third to prevail 1-0. The varsity matchup is just minutes away. Once again, we will have our intermission report. The Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report comes later tonight between the second and third periods of our varsity hockey broadcast. Jutner Motors has brought you our pregame show. Jutner Motors will also be along to sponsor the postgame report later tonight. We're going to return to the Old National Bank Arena inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center with the lineup introductions, the national anthem, and the play-by-play description. Right now, though, we're going to enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports coverage.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
From inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria, Alexandria Cardinal Boys hockey is on the air. Alexandria at 2-3 on the year, facing undefeated Moorhead, which has won 5 consecutive games to start the 2025-26 season. Moorhead also has the distinction of being the defending Class AA state champions. Welcome to our broadcast tonight on our latent media platforms, whether you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube or joining us on KXRA Radio. My name is Dave McClurg. We've got my broadcast partner, Jeff James, joining us. JP Boleen is also in the press box tonight doing the live video streaming on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Jackson is our KXRA Radio studio engineer. Nice crowd on hand tonight. This is one of 2 home activities for the Alexandria Cardinals this evening. The other one is going on across town at Alexandria Area High School as the Alexandria girls basketball team is seeking a 5-0 start. Alexandria is hosting Fergus Falls, and that game should be just about ready to tip off if it's not already underway. The Alexandria Cardinal girls hockey team is in the Brainerd Lakes area tonight, matching up against Brainerd Little Falls for the first of 2 meetings with the Warriors. Both of those will be going on this month. The second game will be here in Alexandria, a Tuesday matinee on December 30th. The Alexandria Wrestlers are up in the Valley as the Lake Park Audubon High School is the site for the triangular featuring United Clay Becker, Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, and Alexandria. And the 2025 Class AAA State Champion Alexandria boys basketball team is making its first road trip of the season tonight. Alexandria was scheduled to travel to Wilmer on Tuesday, but that game got weathered out. So now the Cardinals are in Sartell to play the Sabres, and that game will be getting underway. We should note, and we'll try to share more with you either during our local and regional news updates on Friday on KXRA, or we might include it in the Cardinal Sports Report as well. Alexandria will have a second boys basketball game this weekend postponed, and it has nothing to do with the weather. The annual Breakdown Sports USA Boys Basketball Tip-Off Classic scheduled for Saturday at Edina High School and the Edina Community Center has been canceled due to safety concerns involving that tournament. One of the teams that was scheduled to play on Saturday is Alexandria's opponent, Tartan. Tartan got involved in a situation last Saturday at Hopkins High School where the game had to be stopped because a fight broke out in the stands. And as a result, that game got suspended. Tartan and Alexandria will be playing sometime during the boys basketball season, but it will not be in Edina on Saturday. So the Alexandria boys basketball team has the road game at Sartell tonight. Let's take an opportunity to introduce the starting lineups brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. First of all, for the visiting Moorhead Spuds, their forward line will be centered by sophomore Joey Cullen, a 15-point scorer. He'll have 2 seniors on the wings. Michael Herman, a 7-point scorer with 3 goals and 4 assists. And Titan Bergeson, an 11-point scorer with 4 goals and 7 assists. The starting defensive pair for the Moorhead Spuds tonight will include Brendan Mickelson, a senior who's already a 10-point scorer, and Zach Devig, a junior who's a 2-point scorer. And getting the start in the nets tonight is senior Nolan Cook. It will be his first varsity start of the year. The other 2 goalies that John Ammerman, the head coach of Moorhead, has been using are both sophomores. Will Arnold has gotten the primary duties so far, but it's Nolan Cook in between the pipes tonight. John Ammerman, Moorhead High School alumnus, has his Spuds at 5-0 on the year. Introducing the starting lineup for the host team, the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria's forward line will be centered by senior captain Evan Klimick. He is a 6-point scorer with 3 goals and 3 assists. On the wings tonight, you'll have Brody Berg, a senior, 6-point scorer with 4 goals and 2 assists. And junior Miles Breitzman will be on that line as well, a 1-point scorer with 1 helper this year. The defensive partners on the ice at the start will include defenseman Nick Schultz, senior captain, who is a 2-point scorer with a pair of helpers. And he will be joined by Connor Wang, a junior, who's a 3-point scorer with 1 goal and 2 assists. Brady Schluter will get the start between the pipes for Alexandria tonight. He has started 3 previous games this year. His record is 1-2. That one victory was a shutout during a late media broadcast against St. Cloud Cathedral 9 days ago. Schluter's goals against average is .235, and his save percentage is .881. Those are the starting lineups presented to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. In just a couple of moments, we'll be introducing the keys to tonight's game presented to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. We will be doing that following the presentation of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner is being presented to you during our late media broadcast tonight by Carlson Music Center of Alexandria. For any and all of your music needs, including voice lessons, you can visit online to schedule an appointment at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Of course, for your music instruments, visit Carlson Music Center's Alexandria location right on Broadway. Again, carlsonmusiccenter.com is the web address. And again, we will have the presentation taking the arena sound of our national anthem. Our national anthem presented to you on our latent media platforms by Carlson Music Center. Again, their web address, carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now let's talk a little bit about the keys to tonight's game. Again, brought to you by Alexandria Motors. John Ammerman, the head coach of the Moorhead Spuds, would like to see his team start well. He feels that his team has had pretty good starts most of the season. He knows Alexandria is going to come out with a lot of energy and a lot of intensity. He would like to see his team establish pace to offset that energy that Alexandria is going to show in tonight's game. And then obviously he's got a lot of skilled players on his team, and he anticipates that they're going to get their scoring chances, and finishing those scoring chances will be another key to success for Moorhead tonight. Meanwhile, for the Alexandria Cardinals, don't get geeked up about the hype. Alexandria knows it's playing a quality opponent in the Moorhead Spuds, but he'd like to, Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, would like to see his team play good in the D zone, try to limit Moorhead scoring chances, and keep the Spuds shots to the outside. And obviously, effective communication on the ice is going to be a key as well. Alexandria Motors brought you our keys to tonight's game. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. As you watch on YouTube, Alexandria will be flowing right to left in this first period of hockey. Moorhead controls the opening draw and plays the puck into the Alexandria zone. Now it's going to be Evan Klemick looking to play the puck ahead, and it does go back into neutral ice. Redirected here by Zach Devig back into the Alexandria zone. Moorhead again 5-0 on the year, 2-0 in the Mariucci Conference. Moorhead plays nearly everybody in the conference one time. They actually had an overnight trip into northwestern Minnesota, playing Roseau and Warroad on consecutive days and defeating both. 6-2 was the final for Moorhead against Roseau, and 5-3 was the final against Warroad. That's the closest margin of victory for Moorhead so far this season. Now the Spuds again play the puck back into the Alexandria end. Now the Cardinals trying to work it out, but a pass gets intercepted. Joey Cullen fires wide of the target. Now the Alexandria Cardinals trying to play the puck out of the zone, and it will be dumped back in. Moorhead will change personnel. Looks like the Evan Warner, John Grammer, Zach Zimmerman forward line will be coming onto the ice. Alexandria sends it the length of the ice here. Icing is called, and we'll have a face-off in the zone to the right to the goaltender Brady Schluter with a little more than a minute gone by.
Already early on, D-Mac, you can just see, I bet you Alex is thinking there's 10 black jerseys out there. They're really quick, and they take away the ice real fast.
Face-off is going to be won by Moorhead. The pass goes rink wide over to the right side. Now it's going to be cycled around. Now knocking it down, Drew Simonich, one of the defensemen for Moorhead. Now the puck over in the left corner. Trying to handle it here is Warner, then bringing it out to the perimeter. Drew Corton will try to fire across toward one of his forwards, that being Warner, and The one-timer does not connect. Now Corton keeps it in. He's going to send it over to Simonich. Now a puck gets poked away here by the Alexandria Cardinals' Aaron Anderson. Aaron Anderson, part of a forward line with Hunter Haskamp and Bennett Waldorf. Now the puck cycled around. Moorhead will send it out of the zone back to neutral ice. Little give and go, and it got broken up. Miles Breitzman will send it back in. He actually fires a shot on the goaltender for the Moorhead Spuds, Nolan Cook. Now the Spuds come back the other way. Here comes Zach Zimmerman up the left side. He'll have a backhander, and that one does not find the net. And it's going to be played out of the zone by the Cardinals. 2.5 minutes into tonight's game, and no score on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Nice audience on hand inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Unfortunate that you couldn't be here to watch live, but we appreciate you joining us on our latent media platforms tonight. Now Moorhead will redirect through the neutral zone. Alexandria breaks the pass up. Owen Klimek is going to send it the other way and work it in. Owen Klimek, part of a forward line with Grady Olson and Harlan Ream. Now it's going to be a shot on net here, taken by Ream, and now it's going to be sent over to the left wall. Now Moorhead looking to play it out, and the Spuds will send it back into neutral ice. Connor Wang will try to redirect it ahead for Alexandria, working along the wall here for the Cardinals, guiding the puck behind the net. Wang looking to control it here. Now it's going to be played back to the point. Now Wang has it along the right wall. Kind of fanned on his shot opportunity. Centering pass broken up by Moorhead. Michael Herman will tip it ahead. And the Spuds come back into the Alexandria end. Right now it looks like the Will Cullen, George Arnold, Seamus Campbell forward line is on the ice for Moorhead. Almost 4 minutes elapsed in the opening period here. Big hit along the wall provided, but Moorhead looking to maintain possession of the puck. Rogan Anderson trying to do some work along the wall. He and Aiden Schneiderhan are the deep partners on the ice right now for Alexandria, joined by Hunter Haskamp, Bennett Waldorf, and I believe Aaron Anderson also out on the ice. Now the puck cycled around. Moorhead's Zach Devig was trying to keep it in, but it gets chipped back to neutral ice. Moorhead will come in with a rush. Working up the left side, here's a centering attempt intended for Herman, but that got deflected and played over into the right corner. Still no score, 4.5 minutes into the opening period here inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. Great to have you joining us for our broadcast tonight. D-Mac and JJ, Jeff James joining me for the play-by-play. Now the puck chipped back to neutral ice. Moorhead will reset. Right now you've got the Joey Cullen, Michael Herman, Tyden Bergeson forward line on the ice. Alexandria intercepts the pass but can't clear the zone. Here comes Warner in, and he is going to get the score.
That was a laser beam to the blocker side of Schluter, just in that high slot. And this is something that that you're going to see with Moorhead. They are going to make it extremely hard for Alexandria to leave the defensive zone, and that was just a turnover that popped out to the right spot.
And the time of the goal for Moorhead will be 5:01. Evan Warner able to get the score, and it is an unassisted goal. So Warner with his 5th goal of the season, and the visiting Moorhead Spuds on their first shot on goal take a 1-0 lead. Now the puck worked around. Moorhead will play it back in. Now a flick toward the net. That got tipped. Alexandria looking to send it out, but it's going to be kept in here by defenseman Drew Simonich. He tried to center. Alexandria breaks it up, and the pass goes back out to neutral ice. And all the way to the other end, defenseman Drew Corton will go back to retrieve it. Moorhead has its forward line of Zach Zimmerman, Evan Warner, and John Grammer on the ice right now. Here's a shot on goaltender Schluter. He makes the save. Rebound got shot wide. Now a pass cleared up to the blue line, but not out of the Alexandria zone. Now it's kept in by Corton. He's going to send it over to Simonich. Now a centering pass across, and a shot and I think it gets stopped here by goaltender Brady Schluter. So we'll have a face-off coming up in the Alexandria end. The Cardinals will be bringing their forward line of Aaron Anderson, Hunter Haskamp, and Bennett Waldorf on the ice. Countering for Moorhead, the Will Cullen, George Arnold, Seamus Campbell forward line. And the face-off is won by the Moorhead Spuds. Brady Steffen, defenseman, will keep it in. Now the puck intended to be centered, but it's played back out into neutral ice. Steffen will guide it back into the Alexandria zone. Moorhead looking to set up its offense in the Alexandria end. George Arnold meets an Alexandria player along the back wall as the puck gets sent back to neutral ice. Cardinals changing personnel. Right now you've got the Evan Klimek, Miles Breitzman, Brody Berg forward line out there for Alexandria. And if you're watching on YouTube, Alexandria wearing the light colored jerseys, white jersey tops, black breezers. Word Alex across the front in diagonal on the uniform. Alexandria players with the black numerals and the nameplates on the back of the jerseys. Both teams actually have nameplates on their jerseys here. Moorhead has them on their road jerseys, which are black in color, cream-colored lettering and numerals with the orange trim. Racing up the ice, Michael Herman firing it around, and it will go over to the left wall where Brendan Mickelson will keep it in. It comes down low and now played back out. Moorhead, Seamus Campbell got bothered by Owen Klimek, and Klimek able to muscle the puck out of the zone. Now Moorhead looking to play it back in, and Alexandria will guide it back the other way. 7.5 minutes into the opening period. It's Moorhead 1, Alexandria no score. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates tonight as we come to you inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center at Old National Bank Arena. Here's a lead pass ahead for Owen Klimek. It's 1-on-3, so he'll fire back down low, and Alexandria will change personnel. Looks like Bennett Waldorf will get back on the ice. Now a pass comes in front of the Moorhead net, and Nolan Cook will stop it, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Spud zone to the right of the senior goaltender Cook.
Not sure if this is part of Coach Landon Olsen's plan, but obviously physical play is one of the things they mentioned. But also, they're really trying to clog up that neutral zone too, D-Mac. They're trying to not let it be so easy for Moorhead to make it through.
Now, Moorhead was looking to send a pass cycling around it, and it ended up being flicked in front where the Cardinals were trying to scramble to get a shot. Never able to get a clean shot on goal. Moorhead's going to chip the puck the other way, and the Spuds will look to win a race here. Tyden Bergeson plays it back out to the point. Drew Simonich has it. Now he'll work in. A shot from the left face-off circle. That got saved by the goaltender Schluter. Now it's going to be kept in. Corton will fire toward the net, and that one will be gloved, and we'll have play stopped, and a face-off will be coming up in the Alexandria zone. Moorhead 1, Alexandria no score. Varsity boys hockey coming your way tonight. Biggest audience of the season so far for a high school boys hockey game here inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Face off to the right of Schluter, and it will be Evan Klimek battling Zach Zimmerman for the draw. Puck gets sent around, and Alexandria will gain control. Brody Berg will send it up ahead toward Evan Klimek. Now back to Brody Berg, working his way through toward the net, and now he gets sent wide and was not able to get a shot on net. He'll try to do some work along the wall, and now Moorhead regains control. Here's Zimmerman sending it ahead to Evan Warner, who scored the Moorhead goal earlier this period. Now the puck sent back in. Alexandria regains control. Here's a pass over to defenseman Will Draper. Draper and Roland McPhail will be a defensive partnership tonight. Those two are on the ice right now, joined by Grady Olson. And then his line mates come out onto the ice, Owen Klimek and Harlan Ream. Now lead pass ahead. Here comes Warner working through. He goes down, and we're going to have a penalty. And the Alexandria Cardinals are about to go shorthanded here. And that is not a good thing Moorhead's power play percentage is up over 36% this year.
I think the last time we played somebody with that high of a power play percentage was when we played War Road in the state tournament.
Yeah, so Owen Klimek is going to be off for hooking, and that will be at 9 minutes and 31 seconds of the first period. So Moorhead with the player advantage here. And now the Spuds work it around, and shot on goal, and the save is going to be made here for Brady Schluter. Moorhead starts this power play with the likes of Titan Bergeson, Joey Cullen. You've got Zach Zimmerman on the ice. Brandon Mickelson, a defenseman, is out there. And also, I believe, Evan Warner is on the ice. Now out top, Mickelson's going to feed it across. Here's a shot. Another save here for Brady Schluter, and then a little bit of extra shoving after the save was made. And let's see if we've got any other people that might be going off. Again, for our YouTube audience, our thanks to Quali Real Estate for bringing you the instant replays as Moorhead was able to play the puck around. And I think we're going to get a slashing call coming up on Moorhead. So that's going to eliminate the player advantage here, and we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for a little while. Time of this infraction will be 9:48 of the first period. So only 17 seconds into Moorhead's power play, and the power play goes away. Evan Warner is off for slashing.
A lot of ice out there now with that two players being gone, one from each side. There should be some back and forth stuff.
Right now you've got Aaron Anderson and Brody Berg as your forwards, Connor Wang and Nick Schultz as your defensemen. Shot by Wang got blocked, and then a rebound to Aaron Anderson. His shot got saved by the goaltender Nolan Cook. Now a big hit along the wall applied by Nick Schultz. That delights the Alexandria faithful in attendance here. 4-on-4 hockey. Right now Moorhead has Joey Cullen and Titan Bergeson for forwards. And a couple of defensemen out there as Connor Wang was trying to lean his way in. Now Moorhead comes back the other way. Joey Cullen into the slot area, had the puck tipped away. Now Aaron Anderson trying to race the other way, but he got stopped. Moorhead regains control, and trying to work his way through is Brandon Mickelson, but the puck got tipped over into the corner. Still about 50 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, then Alexandria will have a power play for about 17 seconds. Now Moorhead will drop the puck back in deep. Alexandria will look to cycle around over toward the left half wall. And now it's Joey Cullen looking to get to the puck for Moorhead. And he has it in the left corner, now tries to feed in front. Pass got tipped, kept onside by Zach Devig. Now it'll be played over into the left corner. Now back behind the net. Here comes the centering pass toward Joey Cullen, but he couldn't keep it on his stick. 15 seconds now of 4-on-4 hockey. Then Alexandria will get a brief power play. Joey Cullen trying to work his way through, and his pass got tipped. Now back out front. Here's a one-timer. Blocker save there by Brady Schluter. And again, that excites the audience as a whistle sounds, and we're going to have a face-off forthcoming as both teams will change personnel. Looks like we're going to see Zach Zimmerman and John Grammer coming onto the ice for the Moorhead Spuds.
Good job by Alexandria to block some of those shots. That's going to take a lot of pressure off of Schluter through the night.
Drew Simonich and Drew Corton are the two defensemen on the ice right now for Moorhead. Alexandria about to get to full strength, and the Cardinals are back to a power play, albeit briefly. Right now you've got Evan Klimek on the ice for Alexandria. Brody Berg is out there as well. You've got Miles Breitzman. Also Will Draper on the ice for the Cardinals, along with Roland McPhail. And now Moorhead gets back to full strength as well. Now Zach Zimmerman works the puck back out to the point. Here's Corton with it. He'll fire right on Schluter, and the save is made. And Jeff, that was not an easy save because it seemed Brady Schluter was shielded there.
Right. We couldn't. I mean, it was right in line with us to Schluter, and I couldn't see Schluter at all. So good job for him keeping some concentration and an eye on that puck.
Evan Klemick and Zach Zimmerman battle for the draw. Moorhead keeps it in the Alexandria zone. Here's a shot right on Schluter. He'll make the save. Unofficially, that is now his 10th in the first 13 minutes or so of this evening's game. Actually, we've played a little more than 12. 4:53 is our time remaining in the first. It is Moorhead 1, Alexandria nothing. Now the face-off coming to the right of Schluter. Owen Klemick was going to take the draw, but now it will be Harlan Ream against John Grammer. And the Cardinals come away with the puck. Here is Will Draper playing it to the left wall. And now Moorhead will look to do some work along the wall to try to regain possession. Now Warner trying to work it out front. It got tipped back behind the net. Alexandria keeping the puck along the wall here. Now Drew Corton has it. He's going to send it over to Drew Simonich. And now big hit along the wall as the puck goes back behind the net. And now we're going to have a stoppage here as we'll have a face-off again coming up in the Alexandria zone. Moorhead with the lone score, that by Evan Warner at the 5:01 mark of the hockey game, and right now the Spuds have a 1-goal advantage. Alexandria will come out to the ice with Aaron Anderson, Bennett Waldorf, and Hunter Haskamp. Haskamp will try to win the draw here against Moorhead's Joey Cullen. And the draw is won by Moorhead. Now a pass over into the corner got tipped. Alexandria is going to chip it out of the zone. Puck gets behind Devig. Haskamp doing some work as he works his way into the offensive zone, and Moorhead regains control. Will Cullen will look to cycle it around here. Will Cullen on a forward line with George Arnold and Seamus Campbell. Now lead pass ahead, and it eludes everybody, and we're going to have icing on Moorhead here. Stopping play with 3:50 to go in the first period. Alexandria held to just 3 shots on goal to this point of the hockey game. Moorhead with 11, and the Spuds have the only goal.
Yeah, and it's just limited offensive zone time right now for Alexandria. Moorhead's done a really good job with transition hockey. They just are out of their zone as quick as any team we've seen this year.
Face-off will be coming to the right of the senior goaltender Nolan Cook. Hunter Haskamp battling for the draw here, and Moorhead is able to come away with it as George Arnold gets it back to one of his teammates. But now Alexandria will poke the puck back down low. Now a pass sent up into neutral ice. Here comes Will Cullen trying to muscle his way past a couple of Alexandria players who knock possession of the puck off his stick. Now it's going to be along the wall here. Alexandria player briefly lost his stick, but then quickly recovered. Will Cullen's shot goes a little bit wide. Now the battle for possession back behind the net. Cardinals trying to keep the puck wide. Moorhead able to keep it in, and the Spuds will fire it back down low. 1-0 for Moorhead as we're about to move under 3 minutes remaining in the first period inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Jeff James and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the play-by-play. JP Boline is our videographer tonight, working the streaming on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Centering attempt by Moorhead got broken up, but now Moorhead regains control, but Alexandria's defense doing a nice job. I think Aiden Schneiderhan was able to spin a Moorhead forward around, losing possession of the puck. Here's a pass over to Michael Herman. His shot got stopped by goaltender Brady Schluter. Now Rogan Anderson trying to steer the puck over toward the left half wall. Moorhead able to keep it in. The Spuds have their Tyden Bergeson, Joey Cullen, Michael Herman forward line on the ice. Now we have a penalty coming up. Moorhead's about to go on the power play here as the extra attacker is going to come on. Steffen is going to get it to the right corner here, then back out. Brady Steffen with it. Now it comes around to the left side. Again, once Alexandria touches, play will be stopped, but Moorhead seeing if it can try to get a goal before Alexandria gets a touch. Now it's worked in front, and now the Cardinals do finally touch the puck, and Moorhead is about to go on the power play. So this penalty will be coming at 15 minutes and 14 seconds of the first period. And it's going to be a holding penalty, and that will put...
I think it's Rogan Anderson, right?
Yep, Rogan Anderson going to the penalty box. So now Moorhead with a 5-on-4 power play here. It comes at 15 minutes, 14 seconds for PK. Alexandria has Owen Klimek on the ice, along with Hunter Haskamp. 2 defensemen out there as well, including Captain Nick Schultz. And I believe Connor Wang also out on the ice. Moorhead with the power play, and I think we're going to have a delayed offside here on Moorhead as the puck crossed the blue line, and Zach Zimmerman was not able to keep it in. You've got Zimmerman, Evan Warner, along with Titan Bergeson for the power play. Joey Cullen on the ice as well, and Brandon Mikkelsen. And the face-off will actually come all the way back in the Moorhead zone. So it'll be Aaron Anderson battling for the draw against the Spuds' Zach Zimmerman. Still 1:39 remaining in the Moorhead power play. 1:25 is our time remaining in the first period. Lead pass ahead. It eludes everybody, and icing will be called on Moorhead. So another face-off forthcoming in the Alexandria zone. And that's the one thing Moorhead seems to have, a lot of skill on the ice, pretty good speed as well. That's something we hope we don't see a stretch pass being completed.
Right. And so, they had a few plays like that in the JV game too, so I'm wondering if that isn't something they focus on.
So Moorhead wins the draw. The Spuds will be a little more gradual about bringing the puck up the ice. Now Evan Warner drops it off here for Zach Zimmerman. Back to Warner, now around to the left side. Now Moorhead will bring it back out top. Brandon Mikkelsen gets it to Zimmerman. Now it comes to Mikkelsen, then across. Here's a pass down low intended for Warner, and that got broken up. Played back out to the point. Mikkelsen has it here. Now across towards Zimmerman. Mikkelsen at the point, sending it over to the left side. Now across, and the puck went off the stick, but it's going to be recovered here by Bergeson. Bergeson will bring it back out top with about a half a minute remaining in the period. Still 40 seconds plus on the Moorhead power play, and the Spuds are not able to keep it in the zone. Moorhead will have to reset. Now the puck will go back in. Nick Schultz will try to retrieve it for the Alexandria Cardinals. He'll flick it out of the zone, coming the other way. Brody Berg getting back for Alexandria, shorthanded. He gets met along the wall with about 10 seconds to go in the frame. Now it's going to be played a little bit deeper into the corner, and the first period is going to end up coming to a close with Moorhead possessing the lead, but by just a single goal. The Spuds win period number 1, but it's only a 1-0 advantage for Moorhead 17 minutes into tonight's game. Again, for those of you on our late media platforms, we will have our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report a little bit later in the 8 o'clock hour. That will come your way between the second and third periods of tonight's Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey broadcast. Right now along our platforms, including KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube, we're going to take a break as we enjoy these messages from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Town. We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service.
But kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Back inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. We are through one period of tonight's varsity boys hockey matchup. Alexandria hosting the defending Class AA state champion Moorhead Spuds. And right now it is a 1-0 lead for Moorhead. The only goal of the game scored by the Spuds about 5 minutes in. Along with Jeff James, this is DMAC Dave McClurg welcoming you to our coverage tonight. And Jeff, let's get your thoughts about what unfolded in the first period in terms of your impressions of our guests tonight and what Alexandria has been able to do in the matchup here.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably everything that you expected out of Moorhead, seeing who they've played, how they've done throughout the season. They just take away so much area out there, and when they have the puck on their sticks, they seem to spread Alexandria out and are able to get some pretty good chances. Now, Alexandria has really put the body to them, and I think that's one of the positive things and one of the things they're going to have to continue to do. You got to stay out of the box, and I think that's something that they're probably hearing in the locker room right now. But all in all, I mean, if you can say that you're going to be down just 1 to Moorhead going into the second, I think you got to feel pretty good about yourself right now. You need more shots. You need more offensive zone opportunities. It does look like we're playing a little bit more of like maybe going back to Jacques Lemaire and playing a little bit of a trap game in the neutral zone. Wonder if that'll change to dumping it, getting it deep, getting some bodies on the defense, creating some turnovers. But we'll see. Overall, though, 1-0 after the first, I think you got to feel pretty good about that.
Alexandria did take a couple of minor penalties in the game so far. In fact, they're serving one. I believe it's 14 seconds that's going to carry over into period number 2. And then the other penalty, that ended up getting nullified because then Moorhead took a minor almost immediately after that. I think we had 4-on-4 hockey for the better part of 1 minute and 40 seconds. How do you feel about the way Alexandria has been defending when they've been shorthanded in the opportunities, and then the 5-on-5 defense and 4-on-4 defense?
Yeah, I think the penalty kill has done well. The only thing that I saw in this right at the end of this first period was Moorhead is really backing them in, which is not necessarily a good thing for the Alexandria Cardinals. You really want to try and keep those defensive point people, the ones that are running the power play, up above the circles. A few times you've seen those defense kind of crouch or kind of come into inside the top of the circles, and that's just putting a lot of people in front of Schluter. And he needs to be able to have a lane to see those shots. So look for that. But 5-on-5, I think there's just a little bit of a running around at times, but, this is the fastest, most skilled team that we played, for sure. I mean, I haven't been at every game, but I can't imagine that you've seen this skill and this speed with any other team that we played, and this is just something, this is AA. This is 2A hockey. Right?
Yeah.
High-end 2A hockey.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Moorhead's been on that level really for a long period of time. So I know Coach Olson mentioned as part of our Jutner Motors pregame show earlier, we have to make sure we don't get caught watching the puck go around.
Right.
And I think that's part of that communication piece as well. It seems to me like the guys have bought into that part.
Absolutely.
I don't think Alexandria's players have been spectators at all on the ice. They're working hard.
Yeah, they are, and that's part of the physical game. The only other thing that we saw here in the first period too with Alexandria is a lot of missed passes. A lot of maybe jitters. Game jitters. You're playing one of the best teams in the state of Minnesota. Regardless of class, and it's that's going to take a little bit. I think what this score shows is that we can play with them, right? We can play with them. We need to concentrate on breaking out of our zone a little bit better. Slow your body down. Get a little bit more comfortable with the speed, and get a few more chances, right? I mean, Nolan Cook is a very big goaltender. I would really like to see us test him with some rebounds, make him move side to side, because big goaltenders, that's what you have to do. He takes up a lot of the net being 6'6". Make him get down, make him move side to side, see what we can do there.
Scoring recap to this point, just one goal for Moorhead, and it was an unassisted goal scored by junior forward Evan Wanner, his 5th of the year at 5 minutes and 1 second of the hockey game. No further scoring after that. Shots on goal, I'm trying to access Legacy Hockey's website. My phone is not cooperating here, so shots on goal, JP's, he's almost like, he's like the orchestra conductor tonight. He was trying to get something my way, but anyway, according to Justin Rube, who's doing the official scoring tonight, just a couple of spots off to my right. 11 shots for Moorhead in the opening period, 4 for Alexandria. So that means Nolan Cook with 4 saves. And so far, Brady Schluter with 10 in the opening period. 2 minor penalties for 4 minutes for Alexandria, as Owen Klimek went off for hooking at 9:31. And then Rogan Anderson for holding at 15:14. One Moorhead minor penalty for 2 minutes. That was Wanner going off for slashing at 9:48. So when the second period gets underway in just a couple of minutes, Moorhead will have a power play for 14 seconds. Again, through one in boys hockey inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center at Old National Bank Arena. It's Moorhead 1, Alexandria no score. This is People Radio, KXRA. Ooh. Let's try that again. We'll reset that there. Let me get local here and get legal as well. This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel tonight. A special thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinals Sports Play-by-Play. Again, the second period is on the horizon. Now I think we will go ahead and we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinals sports coverage.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
It's the right time for a getaway.
Welcome back to Old National Bank Arena inside the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. Second period about ready to start, and right now Alexandria trails Moorhead by a score of 1-0. This will be our only play-by-play broadcast of the week. Next week we're scheduled to have boys basketball on Tuesday night. Alexandria will host Maple Grove. Russ Hendricks will be my broadcast partner for the Tuesday evening game at Alexandria Area High School. Varsity tip time will be around 7:15. It'll be another hockey Thursday next week with Alexandria at Sartell inside of Burnix Arena in Sartell. Sartell, I believe, has the number 6 ranking in Class A boys hockey this week. Sabres got the shift into Class A after being in Class AA the last several years, and Sartell will be a team to watch out for. Not only defending the Central Lakes Conference Championship, but looking to be a major player in Section 6A. And then we'll have a doubleheader of basketball the Saturday before Christmas. Both of the games in the afternoon. A 1 o'clock game will have Alexandria versus Monticello and varsity girls basketball. And then the game to follow around 2:45 that afternoon will have Alexandria facing Elk River. And both of those are head-to-head matchups against common opponents in the new Class 4A, Section 8. The players are back on the ice. As you're watching on the YouTube channel, Moorhead wearing the dark jerseys. The school colors for Moorhead High School are orange and black. So the Spuds wearing the black jerseys, black breezers, cream-colored numerals with the orange and white trim. Alexandria school colors are red and black. The Cardinals wearing the white jersey sweaters, black breezers. The word Alex in a diagonal formation across the front of the uniform. Black numerals, and then the red and black trim on the white jersey sweater. Both teams have the nameplates on the back of the jerseys. Frequently you'll see a home team wear nameplates and the visiting team does not, but Moorhead does have their players with the nameplates on the back of their jerseys. So to start the second period, Alexandria will have both Nick Schultz and Connor Wang on for the penalty kill, along with forwards Evan Klimick and Brody Berg. And then the last line of defense is the goaltender Brady Schluter. You've got Joey Cullen, Titan Bergeson, Brandon Mickelson, also Zach Devig on the ice, and the other forward for Moorhead is Michael Herman. Again, Alexandria works the puck back into the Moorhead zone to drain some more penalty time away, and the Cardinals are about ready to get back to full strength. Here comes Joey Cullen into the Alexandria zone. Got spun around along the wall here. Alexandria jabbing for the puck, and the Cardinals come away with it. Miles Breitzman now joining Berg and Evan Klimick out on the ice. Now the Cardinals' Nick Schultz will play it back into the Moorhead end. The Spuds will redirect. Now a neutral zone pass broken up by Grady Olson. Grady Olson gets back to the puck and then tried to work it into the corner and had the puck kind of come off his stick a little awkwardly, but the Cardinals do clear the zone. Miles Breitzman gets met along the wall. Alexandria regains control. Here comes Nick Schultz skating across his blue line, feeding a pass ahead. Weaving through here is Connor Wang, and he got tied up. Now a lead pass, Titan Bergeson up the left side, working in, and he fires on goaltender Brady Schluter, who blocks it with the pads. Quality Real Estate bringing you the instant replay if you're watching tonight on YouTube. Bergeson showing his speed up the left side, but he is stopped by the goaltender Brady Schluter. Face off to the right of Schluter. This time it'll be Owen Klimick battling for the draw against the Moorhead Spuds' John Grammer. Here's a shot by Drew Simonich through traffic. Goes into the corner. Now Moorhead will play it back down low. 1-0 for the Spuds. We're early in the second period inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. Now Alexandria regains possession. Here is Grady Olson weaving his way through, and now he'll send it back in to the Moorhead zone, chipping it along the wall. Now the Cardinals look to set up for some offensive zone time. Shot here by Rogan Anderson does not find the target. and it's played back to neutral ice. Aiden Schneiderhan will now redirect ahead, trying to connect with Harlan Ream, and then Ream will tip it back into the Moorhead Spud zone. Now Moorhead will send it out, coming back the other way. Now a work in, a centering pass by Zach Zimmerman for Evan Warner. Did not connect. Now the puck back behind the net. Here is Grammer gaining control for the Moorhead Spuds. He'll keep it in. Now it goes to Warner. Warner working his way back in, and now a quick shot here by Will Cullen, and that got broken up. Now another shot on goal, save made, and Schluter's gonna cover up here, making sure that Evan Warner doesn't get a bite at the apple. Again, good work by Schluter around the cage.
Yeah, way to control those rebounds, or not having any rebounds. That's what Schluter's going to have to do. Put them in the corners, limit the opportunities that Moorhead has to crash to the net.
Face-off will be coming to Brady Schluter's right in the left face-off circle from our vantage point. It's Evan Klimek battling Will Cullen for the draw. Puck along the wall, and Evan Klimek will send it over toward Will Draper. Now it's played up the left side toward Brody Berg, and then a turnover here. Moorhead looking to capitalize, and the shot got stopped. May have been stopped by the stick of the goaltender, Brady Schluter. Alexandria plays the puck out of the zone up toward Miles Breitzman. He'll chip it back into the Moorhead Spuds end. 1-0 Moorhead with the lead. We've played a little more than 3 minutes of this second period. Schluter's going to have the puck come his way, sliding on the ice, and Brady will cover up, creating a face-off in the Cardinal zone. Now Alexandria is going to bring defensive partners Connor Wang and Nick Schultz back onto the ice. They'll be joined by the line combination of Grady Olson, Harlan Ream, and Owen Klimek. Moorhead will counter with the forward line of Michael Herman, Joey Cullen, and Tyden Bergeson, joined by defensive partners Brandon Mickelson and Zach Devig. Moorhead wins the draw. Mickelson will send it back around, back behind the Alexandria net. Now the Cardinals will play it out. Alexandria's Grady Olson sends one ahead to Wang, and offside is going to be called on Alexandria. I think one of the forwards stepped into the offensive zone too soon.
Yeah, it was just pushed in a little bit on that far side from us, D-Mac. One of those things where it almost, in my book, should be illegal for the defenders to do that to you, but it isn't.
So the faceoff will come outside the Moorhead blue line, and the Cardinals' Nick Schultz will send it back into the Spud zone. Nolan Cook, the goaltender for Moorhead, will sweep it, and now it comes back to neutral ice. Connor Wang trying to possess, but Moorhead gets it. Now a pass across, a shot hit the post. So a little lead action there prevents Moorhead from gaining a 2-goal lead. Crossing center ice is Grady Olson. He'll backhand a pass into the Moorhead zone. Now the Spuds will send the stretch pass up to Tyden Bergeson into the offensive zone on the left side. Bergeson got met along the wall, trying to drop the pass to Joey Cullen, but it's going to be broken up. Nick Schultz sends it the other way. Up ahead now to the Cardinals' Hunter Haskamp. Haskamp trying to maintain control, but Moorhead regains it. Here is a pass across. Mickelson will have a backhander, and he'll find the back of the net. And the Moorhead Spuds have just doubled their lead. It's now Moorhead 2, Alexandria nothing.
Yeah, that's one I think Brady's going to want back. Just it really didn't have a lot on it, but I wonder if he was screened out there a little bit too. I couldn't really tell, but it didn't have a lot on it as a backhander, but it found its way in.
And Brandon Mickelson will get the goal for the Moorhead Spuds. That will be his 5th of the year, that being for a defenseman. Tyden Bergeson will get an assist, his 8th, and Michael Herman will get an assist, his 5th. Time of the goal is 4 minutes and 22 seconds of the second period, and Moorhead now leads Alexandria by a count of 2-0. Now another shot coming off the wall there, I believe, by Warner, and the save will be made by Brady Schluter. So the faceoff will be coming up to Schluter's left. Alexandria we'll have Evan Klemick battling Zach Zimmerman for the draw. And the puck goes into the corner. The Cardinals trying to chip at it, but it's going to be Zimmerman coming away with it. He'll bring it back out top for Moorhead, now playing it along the wall toward Evan Warner. Then it comes across for defenseman Drew Corton. Now a centering attempt into traffic, and Alexandria intercepts. Here comes Aiden Schneiderhan. He'll skate across the red line, drop the puck back into the Moorhead zone. We're now a little more than 5 minutes into the second period. It's Moorhead 2, Alexandria nothing. The Spuds undefeated and number 1 ranked in Class AA, coming off a state championship year last winter. Moorhead 5-0, Alexandria 2-3. Now the puck played back the other way. A centering attempt got broken up. Here's Evan Klemick cycling it around into the direction of Grady Olson. Olson tried to chop at the puck, and it stays along the wall. Moorhead regains control. Now another walk through, and this time the backhander is going to be good. Zach Zimmerman, I believe, is going to light the lamp here for Moorhead, and now the Spuds are getting some separation. It's Moorhead 3, Alexandria no score.
That was one where Schluter has to rely on his defense to not allow that guy to walk in unscathed. The shot was good. I mean, he had to open up to move across, and he slid the backhander right between the pads. But Alexandria needs to do a better job there on defense to not allow him to walk in.
Zach Zimmerman will get his 4th goal of the year. John Grammer and Evan Warner with the assists. So Warner now has a 2-point night for the Moorhead Spuds, and Moorhead has a 3-goal advantage here. Now we're going to have a stoppage as icing is called. Face-off will be forthcoming in the Alexandria Cardinal end. And right now, Jeff, this is an important stretch of the game. You get the feeling that Alexandria is hanging in, but Moorhead is now starting to see a little more distance in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, how do you respond? Alexandria really could use a dirty goal here. Something to happen good for them right now would go a long ways.
And it almost seems like now that Moorhead is starting to get a little bit of a separation, they seem to be playing a little more relaxed and, kind of an up-tempo style. But now we've got a possible odd player rush. Grady Olson fires. That one got blocked. Now a centering attempt, and that's broken up. Owen Klemick was trying to get open in the slot area. Now Moorhead's going to play it back out of the zone. Seamus Campbell trying to send it ahead. Now he'll try to do some work along the wall. Hunter Haskamp battling for it as well. 3-0 Moorhead with the advantage. We're in the second period, almost halfway through this hockey game. Jeff James and yours truly, D-Mac, Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Now Moorhead, Zach Devig has it. He'll feed it across, and oh my, a puck got chipped in front off the stick of an Alexandria player. Darn near had an own goal there. Now the puck kept in by Devig. He'll fire down low here. Then it comes over into the right corner for Will Cullen. Back out top. Now the puck deflected, and Alexandria will send it out of the zone. It will go all the way to the other end, and icing is the call on Alexandria.
Yeah, you just have to release pressure every once in a while, D-Mac, and that's what Alexandria's had to do several times this period already. And you need to get that first pass out of the zone needs to be almost perfect against Moorhead right now.
The faceoff coming to the right of goaltender Brady Schluter. Moorhead able to claim the draw here, but then a rink-wide pass intercepted, and Alexandria's got some numbers going the other way. Brody Berg will fire, and that one goes a little bit wide. Now the puck kept in here. Good work by Rogan Anderson to drop it down low. 3-0 Moorhead with the lead in the second period. Now a battle along the back wall here. Alexandria trying to get some offensive zone time, but Moorhead able to come away with it. Tyden Bergeson will send it over to the right side. Now a pass comes across. Here's Joey Cullen handling it for Moorhead. Then it gets cycled around. Now back down low. Here's Joey Cullen's one-time centering pass. Intercepted by Evan Klemick. He'll try to skate the other way for the Cardinals, muscling it back into the offensive zone. Now Harlan Ream will try to maintain possession. Then it comes back toward Evan Klemick. Now Moorhead breaks it up and the pass back to neutral ice. Rogan Anderson has it for Alexandria. Puck now back behind Alexandria netminder Brady Schluter. We have reached the midpoint of the hockey game. 8.5 minutes remaining in the second. It's Moorhead 3, Alexandria no score. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now the Spuds come back the other way. Defenseman Drew Simonich gets it off to Bergeson. Then across to Michael Herman. Now along the wall, Joey Cullen has it into the slot area. Joey Cullen is unable to keep it onside, and now we're going to have Alexandria suffering a penalty. And Jeff, we saw that unfold almost directly in front of us here, and really an unnecessary foul there on Alexandria.
Right.
So
they're going to call it a trip, but it almost looked like he just decided to kind of push him with a little cross check in the back, and the Moorhead player didn't stay on his feet. But again, it's one of those things we didn't need to do at that point in time.
Yep, the puck was already out of the zone, so you knew Moorhead was going to have to get back on side. But Harlan Ream is off for tripping at 8:55 of the second period. So the Cardinals will have forwards Miles Breitzman and Hunter Haskamp on for the penalty kill at the start, joined by defensive partners Nick Schultz and Connor Wang. Moorhead operating with the puck. Joey Cullen tries to get a one-time centering pass, and it's broken up. You've got Cullen, Brandon Mickelson, and Zach Zimmerman on the ice for Moorhead. Evan Warner is on the ice as well for the Spuds. And now a lead pass too long, and Moorhead gets called for icing. And the fifth player, Titan Bergeson, for Moorhead as part of this power play. Now the Cardinals will change forwards. Owen Klemick and Brody Berg on the ice, joined by Wang and Schultz. Face-off is won by the Moorhead Spuds. Brandon Mickelson will send it around over toward Warner. Now it's going to come up and out of the zone. And then a big hit along the wall there applied by Brody Berg. He'll get another lick at Evan Warner as the puck slides into the Alexandria end. The Cardinals will chip it back the other way. Still a minute remaining on the Moorhead power play. We're about to go under 7 minutes remaining in the second. It's Moorhead 3, Alexandria no score. Now working up the right side is Zach Zimmerman. He'll drop it off to Bergeson. Bergeson weaving his way through, walking in. The shot attempt got stopped, and Alexandria will chip it back the other way. That's Hunter Haskamp clearing the puck back to the other end. Now Aiden Schneiderhan and Rogan Anderson will step onto the ice as D partners, joined by Miles Breitzman and Hunter Haskamp. Moorhead working into the zone, but play will be whistled as offside is called on the Spuds. 27 seconds remain in the Spuds power play. 6:32 is our time remaining in the second. Your Glenwood State Bank scoreboard at the moment has Moorhead leading Alexandria 3-0, and the Moorhead power play is going away as we're going to have interference being called on Moorhead's Joey Cullen.
That's a little trick you see in junior hockey too. You don't see it as much in high school, but what you're doing is you're trying to prevent that defense, that power or the penalty kill from following that entry pass in, and that's what Joey Cullen did there. He just kind of got in the way a little bit, almost like a screen.
So you've got 4-on-4 hockey for just under 20 seconds from now, and then Alexandria would have a power play for a good minute and a half. Zach Devig will work in. His shot attempt, or centering attempt, got broken up. Moorhead not able to keep the puck in. Drew Simonich will send it over toward Will Cullen. Now Alexandria back at full strength, so the Cardinals will have on the power play Miles Breitzman along with Nick Schultz, and now the Cardinals turn it over. Bergeson has it shorthanded. He'll play it back to neutral ice. Breitzman along with Grady Olson, Aiden Schneiderhan, Rogan Anderson, and now a player change here. Connor Wang gets back onto the ice, joined by Nick Schultz. Schultz gets the puck to Wang, now to Grady Olson. Evan Klemick and Brody Berg also on the ice now for Alexandria. Here's a pass ahead to Schultz at the blue line. Dropped in, shot, and that got tipped off the goaltender's stick. Grady Olson pulling the trigger there. Alexandria keeps it onside, still about 45 seconds remaining in the Cardinals power play, and Moorhead will clear it the other way. Now you'll get Finn Paulson on the ice, joined by Brady Steffen for the PK. You've got Zach Zimmerman and John Grammer on the ice as the two forwards. Now the Cardinals work it in. Brody Berg trying to do some work over in the left corner. Now sending it, and we got a shot from a tough angle, save made by Cook. Alexandria keeps it in. Here's Connor Wang dropping it down low, and now Moorhead will play it out of the zone. Down to about 10 seconds remaining in the Cardinals power play. Schluter will leave it off now for Schultz. He'll send it up the ice now to his teammate Aaron Anderson, who takes a shot on goal. Save is made just as the whistle blows. Joey Cullen is released from the penalty box, and both teams now back to full strength.
Well, you gotta like getting a couple shots there off of the power play, D-Mac. That's a point in the right direction, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I think Ian Resch, who we had the pleasure of working with for quite a while when he was the head coach, I believe he's one of many coaches who have said you can't score if you don't shoot.
Right.
And now off the face-off, the Cardinals get another shot on goal, requiring Nolan Cook to make the save. Face-off will be battled. It'll be Joey Cullen and Owen Klimek. And the draw is won by Moorhead. The Spuds will chip it out of the zone. Alexandria looks to play it back in. Cardinals with a delayed offside. Now a lead pass the other way. Bergeson works his way in, and a save made by Brady Schluter on a nifty little dipsy-do by Titan Bergeson. Now the Spuds looking to maintain control of the puck in the offensive zone. Down to 4 minutes remaining in the second. Joey Cullen across. One-timer and a save is made. Good chip away here by Miles Breitzman. Karam comes back to him, and now he will send it back into the Moorhead zone. Spuds with a stretch pass ahead to Bergeson. Bergeson into the slot area, fires, and that one will be deflected over into the corner. Now battle for possession. Aiden Schneiderhan looking to gain control. Evan Klimek will cycle it around. Comes to Brody Berg, and now up ahead toward Evan Klimek and into the Moorhead Spud zone. Cardinals have been able to get a little more offensive pressure on goaltender Nolan Cook, but so far no goals for the home team. They trail, does Alexandria 3-0. Now we're going to have a stoppage here as the face-off will be coming up outside of the Moorhead blue line. Once again, once we wrap up our second period of hockey, we'll have our mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods of Alexandria. It is the Hunter Haskamp, Aaron Anderson, Bennett Waldorf forward line on the ice right now for Alexandria. The Seamus Campbell, Will Cullen, George Arnold forward line is on the ice for Moorhead. And the Spuds gain possession. Drew Simonich will send it ahead up to the Alexandria blue line. Now some work being done along the wall, and the Cardinals will redirect the puck back out of the zone. Simonich is going to send it across to one of his defensive partners, I believe. That is Zach Devig on the ice. Now the puck back out. Devig has it. Hill fires. Save made by the stick of the goaltender Schluter. Puck over into the left corner. Now a couple of Moorhead players battling for possession along with defenseman Nick Schultz. He'll send it to Haskamp. Now it comes to Aaron Anderson. Anderson working out, or I'm sorry, Connor Wang with the puck. Wang takes a hit along the wall and keeps his feet moving. Now the puck gets cycled around. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the second. It's Moorhead 3, Alexandria no score. Scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now here's Grady Olson having the puck intercepted here. Seamus Campbell has it. Now looking to play it across. Alexandria will regain control. Lead pass a little too long for Grady Olson, and icing will be the call. I like the idea by Owen Klimek there, trying to get that stretch pass of his own.
The Cardinals just look more comfortable this period. I know that we've given up 2 goals in this period, but they really do just look more comfortable, more confident in what they're doing. So taking a little bit more chances too.
Face-off will be coming up to the right of the goaltender, Brady Schluter. Owen Klimek steps aside, and now it's going to be Harlan Ream battling for the draw and battle for the possession. Grammer trying to get it to Zach Zimmerman. Now it comes into the direction of John Grammer. Digging for it is Owen Klimek of Alexandria, but eventually it's Zimmerman coming away with the puck. Brings it out to the point, now skates in. He'll fire from a tough angle. I think that went off either one of the posts or the side of the net. Now the puck back out top. Here is Finn Paulson trying to fire one toward the net through traffic. It goes into the corner. 3-0 Moorhead. We're down to 80 seconds remaining in the second period. Zach Zimmerman has it out top, but now it's intercepted. Chipped the other way here by Grady Olson. It will go to the other end, and icing is called there. I don't think that's a bad icing, though, Jeff, because, again, it allows the stoppage. You get some different people back out onto the ice.
And they needed a change, and when you have the long change in the second period, sometimes it's necessary. You know, it's not even relieving pressure. Sometimes you just have to do it.
Face off to the right of Schluter. Joey Cullen battling Evan Klimek for the draw. The Spuds do win the possession. And now here's a wraparound attempt, and that got deflected, I believe, by Schluter as we go under a minute remaining in the second period. Now the puck along the left wall, and the Cardinals bring it out. Here comes Evan Klimek feeding ahead. Miles Breitzman stepping into the Moorhead zone. Now the Cardinals will try to keep it in. It's along the right wall in the corner. Back out top, and the Cardinals, Rogan Anderson will fire. That got deflected off the stick of Zimmerman. Now Moorhead looking to play it along the wall, and here's a race the other way. Tyden Bergerson with just Schneiderhan to beat. Now off, here's a shot, save made, but the rebound is going to result in a goal. Bergerson will light the lamp for Moorhead, and the Spuds score in the final minute of the second to increase the lead to 4-0.
Yeah, just that, I mean, that's a hard-working goal by Moorhead. You know, making that first save, Schluter did what he needed to do, but as soon as Bergerson took off and he had a one-on-one, you could just see everybody else moving in. Brandon Mickelson activated and came up from his D spot to be the initial shooter, and that puck just came right back out to Bergerson for the goal.
Yeah, so Tyden Bergerson will get the goal. It will be his 5th of the year. Brandon Mickelson now a 2-point night for the Spuds with his 7th assist, so he has a goal and an assist. And Bergerson now has a goal and an assist as well. Closing seconds of the second period, and Alexandria will carry it out of the zone, and across center ice is Nick Schultz. He'll fire one toward the net, and the horn sounds, ending the second period. So the number 1 ranked team in Class AA boys hockey is demonstrating why it is deserving of that number 1 ranking. 17 minutes more put in the books, so we've got 17 remaining in regulation time. And through 2, it is Moorhead leading Alexandria by a score of 4-0. We're going to take a break. We'll enjoy these messages on our latent media platforms. And then when we return to the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, we'll have the mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria after this timeout.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind. Because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Through 2 periods of hockey here inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. The number 1 ranked team in Class AA, the Moorhead Spuds, lead the Alexandria Cardinals by a score of 4-0. Along with Jeff James and our videographer JP Boline, DMAC, Dave McClurg, welcoming you to the Midgame Report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods. Jeff, I was going to ask you a question toward the end of the play-by-play of the second period because I got the feeling, listening to some of your insight, that you thought the second period was probably a better period for the Alexandria Cardinals. I would tend to feel that that was my estimation as well, and then a last-minute goal that kind of deflated the balloon a little bit.
Right, and you would think by looking at the score, it's like, how could it be a better period? We went down 3 goals in that period, but it just looked like Alexandria opened up a little bit more. They decided that they were going to not sit back, but that can be a double-edged sword, right? Because now you bring that really good transition hockey game that Moorhead has into play. And, honestly, I thought a couple of those goals were, when you're a goalie, Dad, you look at it this way. You look at it, make all the stops that you should make, and then steal a couple, right? And I feel like we may have given up a couple goals there that we should have had. Okay, and I'm not getting that's not a critique of Schluter, but we had some breakdowns on the defense. We had, letting Moorhead walk right into the crease. That's just maybe from an X's and O's piece. Alexandria needs to clean that up, and it's easier said than done standing up here because they're playing those guys and I'm not. But it is one of those things where I just felt that Alexandria played a better period in the second period.
It was 1-0 for Moorhead after 1, and then the Spuds tacked on 3. So the crooked number came for the visitors in the second. So it's 4-0 for Moorhead after 2. Scoring recap to this point, Evan Warner with the lone goal of the opening period. It was an unassisted goal. Then the Spuds' second goal came at the 4:22 mark of the second. Brandon Mickelson with his 5th of the year. Titan Bergeson and Michael Herman had assists. Moorhead would increase the lead about a minute and a half after that as Zach Zimmerman was able to score. John Grammer and Evan Warner got assists for Zimmerman, his 4th goal of the year. 3-0 Moorhead at that point, and it stayed 3-0 for the better part of the second period. We had almost 10 minutes go off the, actually more than 10 minutes go off the game clock, and then Moorhead was able to score the 4th goal with a little less than a half a minute remaining in the second period. Titan Bergeson with his 5th goal of the year. Brandon Mickelson had the assist, and it was 4-0 at that point. So all of the goals tonight for the Moorhead Spuds have been even strength scores. For the game in terms of penalties, Alexandria 3 minors for 6 minutes. Moorhead 2 minors for 4 minutes. Again, no goals scored for the teams on the power play. Shots on goal in the second, Moorhead had 15 for a 2-period total of 26. Alexandria had 8 for a 2-period total of 12. So Nolan Cook has made 12 saves so far in his first varsity start of his senior year. And goaltender Brady Schluter has stopped a total of 22 shots through 2 periods of play. So we've got 17 minutes of hockey left in this one. Jeff, what might you anticipate is being said by the respective coaches in their locker rooms right now? Let's go with Alexandria first.
Yeah, Alexandria, I think, keep your head, first of all, because we don't want this to turn into some situation where we end up with more penalties and anybody getting hurt, things like that. I think you have to play real disciplined hockey. But now, what's the worst that could happen? We need to go out, we need to play, have fun, do what we do, because that's a big thing that Landon Olsen preaches. It's not what the other team's doing. We need to do what we do well. And I think they need to get back to that. I think we saw a little bit of that in the second period. Moorhead, I honestly, I think they just need to keep the foot on the pedal. That's what I would be saying in there is don't give Alexandria any room to breathe. Don't give up don't let them come out and get some momentum by getting the first goal. First 5 minutes in every period is always important for both teams. If you're down, you want to come out and you want to put one in. First 5 minutes for the team that has the lead, same thing. You want to come out, you want to put one in, you want to take all their momentum away. So we'll see how the first 5 minutes shakes out for both of these squads.
It is interesting because in both of the periods tonight, Moorhead has gotten the first goal of the period about 5 minutes in.
Right.
I think 5:01 of the first period, 4:22 of the second, and then another goal came quickly after that. So yeah, I would hope and again, I think we all knew going in Alexandria was going to be an underdog in this matchup, but I kind of refer to some things I hear other coaches, Wendy Kohler, the Hall of Fame girls basketball coach who retired from her duties in Alexandria after 40 seasons back in the spring. She quite often used a mantra, iron sharpens iron.
Right.
And again, I think you got a matchup here. And I think Dr. Landon Olsen, kind of reiterated this, a little bit in the game that, we should not be in awe of our opposition here, come in, play our game, do some things that we want to do. And, the numbers on the scoreboard are going to, kind of dictate, the game at the end of the night. But even if this does not become a huge win for the Alexandria boys hockey team, in my opinion, I think they're better by playing a team like this. There aren't going to be a lot better opponents on your schedule. In fact, this might be the very best opponent that you play this year.
And it's going to help you. I mean, a lot of this goes. I've heard this from high school all the way down to association hockey. It's like, yeah, we like to win. We like to go to the state tournament. We like all those things. We like success. But when you really want to breed a program and breed success and have it be long term, you have to do things like this. You have to take your lumps. Yeah, and that's one of those things that I truly believe, no matter what the outcome is tonight, honestly, I would hate to be Detroit Lakes, the next opponent for the Cardinals, because this is just priming them up for what they're going to see, whether it's just for 2 years or for longer. This is what we're going to see. This is what section hockey is going to be like. There's not going to be any walkovers. We're going to have to play hard. We're going to have to play every night. You're going to have to get, 4 lines that you can roll out and 3 sets of D.
Yep, and again, the Cardinals will be a better hockey team for being involved in this matchup, and it's great to have Moorhead back on the schedule after being off for almost a decade. But right now, the visitors have a 4-0 lead over Alexandria, and the third period is on the horizon. Our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. Now, along our late media platforms, we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Welcome back inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. The Alexandria Cardinal Boys hockey team trails Moorhead 4-0 with the third period on the horizon. I want to let you know, being a member of our Leighton Media Alexandria family, we've got a special family Christmas themed event coming up this weekend. It will be on Saturday morning from 9 to noon at Woodland Elementary School in Alexandria. Mark Lee Excavating, Asphalt and Paving is one of the presenting sponsors of our second annual Kids and Parents Expo. An opportunity for moms and dads to bring in the youngsters, enjoy some treats, have the opportunity to participate in crafts, have the opportunity to greet Santa Claus as well. Ooh. Who knew that Santa was going to be in the community of Alexandria for the weekend? But he's showing up at Woodland Elementary on Saturday for the annual Kids and Parents Expo. It's just $5 admission for moms and dads. Youngsters that are accompanied by their parents are admitted for free. So I know it's going to be a chilly morning across our region on Saturday, but get into a warm automobile and then commute across the Woodland parking lot in fast fashion and enjoy the excitement inside Woodland Elementary for the second annual Leighton Media Kids and Parents Expo. Hope to see you there. I believe my duties last year, administering the activity around the bouncy house.
All right.
So JP actually did that for a stretch of last year's inaugural Kids and Parents Expo, but neither one of us went inside.
Oh.
We were not willing to take our shoes off.
I thought you were going to tell me that JP was the one bouncing in the bouncing house.
Well, no, he didn't do that when I was there anyway. So third period underway, and again, both teams skating 5-on-5 here. Moorhead with a 4-0 lead over Alexandria. The Spuds get a lead pass up ahead. Here's Tidenbergeson in. Backhander is saved by the goaltender Brady Schluter. And now the Alexandria Cardinals regain control. Miles Breitzman ends up being tripped, and Moorhead's going to take a penalty early here in the third period.
Bergeson's going to go for tripping. He knew it right away.
Yep, so he's off at the 25-second mark of the third. And so Alexandria will get a power play. The Cardinals obviously being held off the scoreboard. They were on a power play for about a minute and 40 seconds earlier in the second period. Got some shots against goaltender Nolan Cook as part of that PP. Hopefully they can do so here. You've got Evan Klimek along with Brody Berg, Grady Olson, Connor Wang, all on the ice. And also Captain Nick Schultz is on the ice. Here's Grady Olson getting it down toward Berg. The puck went off his skate. Went over to the right wall. Connor Wang will keep it in. And now Wang will fire, and a goal! Connor Wang able to fire in toward the net. And I don't know if it was Brody Berg that tapped it in, but Alexandria's on the board here in the third period. I think Berg will get credit for the goal. Quality Real Estate bringing you our instant replay for our YouTube audience. And Alexandria scores on the power play. And the Cardinals get to within 3, now trailing 4-1. The power play goal coming at the 48-second mark. And Berg will get the goal, but JJ, what do you think about Connor Wang getting the assist? He did a great job keeping that puck at the point because that puck was almost all the way across the blue line. He kept it on side and then got it on net.
Absolutely.
So Connor Wang will get the Culver's play of tonight's game for the assist on the Brody Berg goal. And for Berg, it's his team-leading 5th goal of the year. A power play score at the 48-second mark, and Alexandria now trails by 3. 4-1 for Moorhead on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Now the Cardinals will chip the puck out of the zone. Moorhead defenseman Drew Corton will go back to play it. Now it comes up ahead. Zach Zimmerman looking to work it in, but it gets intercepted. Rogan Anderson not able to play it out of the zone. Moorhead will keep it in. Centering attempt got deflected, and now we're going to have a stoppage. The net, I believe, came off the foundation, but we also had a little bit of a skirmish off to Brady Schluter's right. Don't know if anybody's going off. I think the officials got in and broke things up right away while that net came off. So face-off is going to come out of the Alexandria zone. It'll be a neutral zone face-off here. Right now you've got the forward line of Will Cullen, George Arnold, and Seamus Campbell on the ice, countered by Alexandria's forward line of Aaron Anderson, Hunter Haskamp, and Bennett Waldorf. Now the puck gets cycled around. Moorhead will play it out of the zone. Alexandria goes back to regroup. Now Aaron Anderson will slide it back in. And the Cardinals will try to work in the zone. Moorhead plays it back out. A little more than 2 minutes into the third period. Alexandria has the lone goal of the period. The Cardinals still trail by a score of 4-1. Haskamp will backhand one into the Moorhead end as he takes the licking along the wall. And now the puck, Miles Breitzman trying to control. He's got it near the slot area, but he had his stick tied up. And Moorhead will play it out. Will Cullen working his way up the left side. 1-on-3, he'll send it back to neutral ice. Zach Zimmerman will send it across. Now the Spuds get back in onside. Here is Joey Cullen at the point. Now he had the puck get knocked off his stick, and Alexandria is coming the other way. Evan Klimek up the left side, fires toward the goaltender Cook. He steers it away with his stick, out of play. And we're going to have a face-off coming up in the Spud zone with nearly 3 minutes gone in this third period. The Glenwood State Bank numbers at the moment have Moorhead leading at Alexandria 4-1.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better start to the third period for Alexandria. That's what they needed to come out and do.
The forwards include Brody Berg, Evan Klimek, and Miles Breitzman on the ice right now, countered by Moorhead's line of Evan Warner, John Grammer, and Zach Zimmerman. Face-off is going to be won here by Moorhead. Moorhead had an edge in face-offs 1 through 2 periods at 25-11, so that's a little more than a 2-1 margin in terms of face-offs controlled by the visitors. Now we've got a stoppage in play as the net will be reset. Now it looks like the forwards on the ice. We got Joey Cullen out there, Zach Zimmerman, and Tyden Bergeson for Moorhead. Face off to the left of the goaltender Cook, and Brandon Mickelson will slide the puck over toward the left wall up into neutral ice. Now Joey Cullen gets it off to Zimmerman, and then a centering pass, and we had a player commit a penalty for Alexandria. It's going to be a hooking call. That's going to put Moorhead on the power play a little more than 3 minutes into this third period. And getting the gate here is Miles Breitzman for Alexandria.
Yeah, something you really didn't, and Miles has got his head down in the box, but that's not how you wanted to continue your momentum here in the third period.
Yeah, well, let's see if Alexandria can PK here. Zach Zimmerman, Evan Warner on the ice right now. Tyden Bergeson out on the ice. Brandon Mickelson out there as well, and I believe Joey Cullen is player number 5 for Moorhead. The Cardinals have Hunter Haskamp and Owen Klimek for the penalty kill, along with Connor Wang and Nick Schultz. Now the puck cycled around over toward the right wall in the Alexandria zone. 4-1 Moorhead, and the Spuds are on a power play. Bergeson across now. Joey Cullen and his shot deflected. I think it got redirected by Connor Wang. Centering pass broken up, and now the Cardinals will clear it back the other way. Now Cook, the goaltender, will feed it up, and comes into the Alexandria zone again. Mickelson at the point here for the Spuds. He'll skate with the puck down low, trying to feed across, and it got broken up by Alexandria. Kept on by Moorhead, and now Brody Berg intercepts. Backhands a pass out into neutral ice. That forces the Spuds to get back on side with about 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Now looking to fire is Joey Cullen, and that got stopped. Puck controlled by Moorhead once again. Now Warner has it. Then it comes along the left wall. Here is Brandon Mickelson getting it now to Joey Cullen, weaving his way through, and he got tied up, and it's intercepted here by Evan Klimek. He'll skate the other way shorthanded. Klimek is going to be sent wide over into the right corner, and Moorhead regains control. Only about 15 seconds remaining on the Spuds power play. And now Alexandria looking to intercept the pass, and it's played back toward the Moorhead goal. So at least for this 2-minute power play, Alexandria's penalty kill was very solid. Now Moorhead looking to regroup as Alexandria gets back to full strength. Harlan Ream, Owen Klimek, and Grady Olson are the forwards on the ice right now for Alexandria. Here comes Will Cullen trying to feed a pass ahead. It's going to be sent out of the zone by the Cardinals. 11:25 to go in regulation time. It's Moorhead 4, Alexandria 1. Now the Spuds work it back inside, and the centering pass broken up. Now the Spuds can't control the puck as Evan Klimek gets to it for Alexandria. Now played along the wall, and John Grammer will regain control for Moorhead. It comes over to Drew Simonich, then to Grammer, then across. A one-timer got deflected, and now it's played back out top. Zach Devig tried to fire toward the net, and that one a little bit wide. Moorhead putting on some sustained pressure, and a centering attempt. Loose puck off to the right of the goaltender, Schluter, and now Alexandria will clear it away and out of the zone.
They got to hurry. Hurry in your change.
Yep, and now Moorhead will work in as they caught the Cardinals with a bit of a numbers advantage, and Brady Schluter, the last line of defense, was able to make the save. Now it's Michael Herman handling the puck. It's going to come back out top. Simonich will fire. That one is saved by Schluter, and the Cardinals will play it out of the... nope, they only play it to the right half wall. Moorhead will keep it in. Spuds with some sustained pressure in the Alexandria zone here. 4-1 Moorhead as we're now 7 minutes into this third period. Zach Devig will feed it across. Now a wrist shot taken here by Herman, and that is steered aside. Now the Cardinals will look to get the puck out of the zone, and Alexandria does regain control. Here is Aiden Schneiderhan lofting one ahead, and it didn't touch anybody from his team. So we're going to have a face-off forthcoming in the Alexandria zone. 9:43 is our time remaining in regulation. It's Moorhead 4, Alexandria 1. Face-off will be coming up to the left of the goaltender, Nick Schultz, Brady Schluter. Nick Schultz is a defenseman for Alexandria. It's going to be Aaron Anderson battling for the draw against Seamus Campbell of Moorhead. And the Cardinals will regain possession of the puck here, but it's turned over. That leads to a shot, but that got blocked. Alexandria sends it out. Here's Aaron Anderson looking to, not Anderson, but rather Bennett Waldorf looking to feed it up the ice, and it goes out of play. So we'll have a neutral zone faceoff forthcoming. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio also through the Voice of Alexandria app. We appreciate you joining us on our YouTube channel tonight. Our thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinals Sports Play-by-Play. Our videographer is J.P. Boleen here at the Runestone Community Center, and along with Jeff James, I am DMAC, Dave McClure. We also have Jackson as our KXRA studio engineer in the radio studio in downtown Alexandria. Cardinals are down by 3. Alexandria entered this period trailing by 4. So almost 8 minutes in, Alexandria has the lone goal of the third period, a power play score by Brody Berg. Now the Cardinals work the puck back the other way. Here is defenseman Brady Steffen handling it, sending it up to the red line toward Campbell. And now it's going to be chopped at by the Cardinals. And here's Owen Klemek sending it across toward Harlan Ream. Now it's a little bit wide for him, and Brandon Mickelson will get it, but he turns it over. That leads to a shot for Connor Wang and a save for the goaltender Nolan Cook. Now the puck regained control by Moorhead. Mickelson working into the offensive zone, then he got met by Nick Schultz. Now Alexandria regains control, but now a turnover, and Campbell has his shot stopped, but it's going to be a rebound for Bergeson. Titan Bergeson will score, and Moorhead extends the lead back out to 4 goals.
And those are the types of turnovers or not taking care of the puck situations that Alexandria is going to really have to shore up when you're playing teams like this, because Moorhead's going to transition from defense to offense so fast, and that's exactly what happened there.
Titan Bergeson will score his second goal of the night. Seamus Campbell, who had the original shot on goal that got stopped by Brady Schluter. Campbell will be credited with the assist. The time of the even strength goal is 9 minutes and 1 second. So it is now 5-1 in favor of Moorhead. Now I know it's wishful thinking that the goal got credited by the scoreboard operator at Alexandria, but nope, it is 5-1 for Moorhead. So now the puck into the Spud zone, and now it's going to be played back out. And now Miles Breitzman will backhand a pass up ahead toward Brody Berg, now to Evan Klemek, and then his shot got deflected off the stick of Drew Simonich out of play. That should mean a face-off in the Moorhead end. Unofficial shots on goal around 35-14 for the Moorhead Spuds. I think Alexandria has a few more shots than that, probably closer to 17 or 18 tonight for the Cardinals. I know that Justin Rube is the official scorer here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center tonight. Of course, Mr. Rube, teacher at Discovery Middle School in Alexandria. Now Zach Zimmerman trying to work it ahead, and the puck, I believe, went across the blue line and back into neutral ice, so offside gets called, and that stops play with 7:08 to go. Third period, the number 1 ranked team in Class AA boys hockey, the Moorhead Spuds, lead at Alexandria by a 5-1 score. Will Cullen, Michael Herman, and Evan Warner are the 3 forwards on the ice. joined by defensive partners Brandon Mickelson and Zach Devig for Moorhead. The Cardinals counter with the Aaron Anderson, Bennett Waldorf, Hunter Haskamp forward line with defensive partners Rogan Anderson and Aiden Schneiderhan out on the ice. Now the Spuds work it back in. A shot toward the net, slowed up by Schluter. And Aaron Anderson regains control of the puck, and the Cardinals will end up icing it. And it comes the other way. Face-off will be forthcoming in the Alexandria zone.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. You get that momentum early in the third period, and then you give it you give it back. This is a team though that's going to make you pay for your mistakes.
Yeah, they have done that really on a couple of occasions tonight, where I think Moorhead's pounced on a turnover and it's paid dividends. And yeah, they do not give you a lot of room for error.
No,
you know that's but again, regardless. You get better by playing a team like this. And again, through the years, as these kids have played youth hockey up into the high school level, there have been many Alexandria versus Moorhead matchups on the younger levels. So just kind of neat to have this rivalry renewed on the high school level. I think this is the first game that these teams have played in high school hockey since the 2015-16 season. Now the Moorhead Spuds regain control. Comes back into the Alexandria end. Here's Brandon Mickelson. He'll spin, handle the puck along the right side, and now we'll drop it back down low. Evan Warner, one of the forwards on the ice, trying to bring it back out top. Now it's going to be kept in. Here's a shot that got deflected, and now a penalty coming up, and the Cardinals are about to go shorthanded here again in the third period.
You don't want to keep poking the bear of the Moorhead power play. Alexandria has really got to focus here. The last 5:34 staying out of the box.
Yep, so far tonight, all 5 of the Moorhead goals have been even strength. Owen Klimek is going off for tripping at 11:26. So Moorhead with the power play. You'll have Joey Cullen along with Zach Zimmerman on the ice. You've got Evan Warner on the ice, Titan Bergeson on the ice. I think the other player might be Brandon Mickelson. Now a scramble in the low slot area. Moorhead trying to buzz around the net. Now the Cardinals will intercept and clear it the other way. Hunter Haskamp and Miles Breitzman are the 2 forwards. Nick Schultz and Connor Wang on the ice for the Alexandria Cardinals on the penalty kill. Zimmerman will bring it up into the offensive zone. He'll cycle it around over toward Brandon Mickelson. I'm sorry, not Mickelson, but Joey Cullen. He'll send it upstairs, and he finds the top shelf is open, and Moorhead finally does score on the power play. The Spuds have been executing the power plays at about 36% efficiency this year, and Moorhead has increased the lead to 5. It is now a 6-1 lead. That will be Joey Cullen's 7th goal of the year, and Zach Zimmerman will get an assist.
That was a very well-placed laser beam into the upper corner there for Joey Cullen.
12:01 will be the score of the Moorhead power play goal, so the Spuds now putting the finishing touches on what will be a 6-0 start here in the 25-26 season. Alexandria hung in. The Cardinals got the first goal of the third to get some momentum, but now Moorhead has scored twice in the past 3 minutes of game time to open up a 5-goal lead. Now a break the other way. Seamus Campbell will drop it off, and here is a save made, the one-timer there by the Moorhead Spuds. I think that was John Grammer working in, and he got stopped there. So the face-off will be coming up in the Alexandria zone. Cardinals are about to suffer their 3rd consecutive defeat. They'll fall to 2-4 once this night is through. Then they'll have a couple of Central Lakes Conference games coming up next week. Detroit Lakes visits on Tuesday night. Then Alexandria goes to Sartell next Thursday in what will be a broadcast on our late media platforms, KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Then the final game for the Cards before Christmas will be the makeup game with St. Michael Albertville. That's on Monday, December 22nd. And now we've got some extra shoving going on over in the corner. And you've got other players that are going to be coming in. And now we've got more shoving along the left wall as I think Owen Klimek and Drew Simonich got tied up with one another. And now the penalty box is about to get crowded for the two sides. I see among the players going off, Seamus Campbell, Simonich is going off, Owen Klimek will be going off, and who will be joining? It looks like it's going to be Rogan Anderson into the penalty box. So all these penalties coming at 12:53 of the third period.
And this is exactly what you didn't want to see at the end of this game. I know emotions run high with these kids, but you don't want this to turn into something that's going to lose you players for the next couple of games or whatever. You just don't want to see any of this.
So 12:53 will be the time of the penalties, as you'll have Drew Simonich and Seamus Campbell in for Moorhead. Alexandria has Owen Klimek and Rogan Anderson in the penalty box here. Don't know if these are going to be coincidental minors all the way through or if there's going to be extra penalty time being assessed. And I think James Porter, who's doing the work getting us the information on penalty details, has to write a lot on the whiteboard at the moment here.
Could almost use a walkie-talkie for this one.
Yeah. I think we have different penalties coming up in the. Okay, it looks like for Moorhead, Seamus Campbell with a 2-minute, and then we had other infractions as well.
There's going to be some. There's a lot of 10-minute misconducts on there too. So
yeah, so we could have some players sitting out the rest of the night here. So looks like out of that. Moorhead has only 4 skaters on the ice, Alexandria 5, so all told this is going to end up being a power play for Alexandria. So I don't know if the Campbell penalty ends up being the one that puts the Cardinals on the power play. I believe that will be the case because the numbers indicate that the penalty time of 2 minutes has been assessed to Seamus Campbell. Then I think we had an additional misconduct penalty as well. And that's going to be served by Joey Cullen. And Alexandria with a player advantage here. The Cardinals have defenseman Connor Wang and Nick Schultz on the ice, along with forwards Brody Berg, Grady Olson, and also Evan Klimek. Cardinals gain possession. We're now under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Evan Warner is on for penalty kill for the Moorhead Spuds. I see you have Brady Steffen out on the ice. I think Finn Paulson also getting some time out on the ice, and Michael Herman for the PK. 3.5 minutes remain in this one. It's Moorhead 6, Alexandria 1. Here comes Warner up the right side, and he got stopped by goaltender Brady Schluter. Now Alexandria regains control. Here comes Connor Wang up the center of the ice, crossing into the Moorhead end. He'll drop it off to Evan Klimek, then it comes back to Wang. Nice little work with the stick for Connor Wang. Firing from a tough angle. That went and got deflected back behind the net. Rebound comes out. Zach Zimmerman, little shake and bake, and the backhander, and he scores. Oh my, what a pretty goal there. Not from the Alexandria point of view, but Zach Zimmerman showing some speed on the ice, and he races the other way for a short-handed goal to make it 7-1. So Moorhead has scored in all different ways here in the third period. An even strength, a power play, and now a shorty. And it is now 7-1. And for Zach Zimmerman, it's his second goal of the night. And he now has a 3-point night for Moorhead. So the mercy rule will be in effect for the final 2:54 of this hockey game. So Alexandria gave a gallant effort tonight on the home ice inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center, but The defending Class AA state champions were able to show their mettle, and now we've got to break the other way. Will Cullen getting back, and he's going to score as well. And Moorhead now pouring it on. It's the Spuds 8, the Alexandria Cardinals 1. So that will be another shorthanded goal for Moorhead. Will Cullen, the freshman, will get the goal for the Spuds. So now the clock will start moving again after the goal, and now we've got Drew Corton going to the penalty box here.
I didn't see that one if there was one.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
I think
10-minute misconduct.
Yeah, 10-minute penalty for misconduct. So, boy, the penalty numbers are going to be going up tonight. I don't know if we'll get the exact details on that as part of our Jutner Motors post-game report, but this has kind of gone off the rails in the third period, and Moorhead now has an 8-1 lead. 4 goals in the third, busting this game wide open for the visiting Moorhead Spuds. Now we've got a pass that ends up going into the Alexandria bench, and we'll have a face-off coming back the other way. I believe it will be coming just outside the Moorhead. Nope, it's going to go a little bit deeper into the Spud zone. Dr. Landon Olson will bring out his line of Weston Nyberg, Isaac Bruder, and Reed Putnam to get some playing time now, joined by defensive partners Roland McPhail and Will Draper. The puck back out into neutral ice. Moorhead's going to come back the other way, and the Spuds sub down a little bit as well as they've gone to their fourth line of Will Bagney, Noah Peterson, and Rylan Overbo. So both teams playing their fourth lines, and now we've got delayed offside, and Alexandria does skate out of the zone. Here comes Isaac Bruder into the Moorhead end. Final minute of play of tonight's game. Now here's Miles Breitzman firing toward the net. That got deflected and tipped into the corner. Now the battle for possession over in the left corner in the Spud zone. Now the puck looking to be freed up. Weston Nyberg trying to get in, and now I think we have, in essence, hockey's version of a stalemate there. So yeah. We're going to have a face-off, I believe, forthcoming in the circle off to the right of the goaltender, Nolan Cook. The senior's going to get a win between the pipes tonight for Moorhead as the Spuds are about to go to 6-0. Evan Klimek will battle for this draw against Moorhead's John Grammer. And I think once the puck is dropped, that's pretty much, well, they aren't even going to drop the puck. The horn will sound, and this game ends with a victory for the defending Class AA state champion Moorhead Spuds. The final numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard read Moorhead 8, Alexandria 1. The Spuds are now a perfect 6-0 on the year. Alexandria suffers its third consecutive defeat, and the Cardinals are now at 2-4 on the season. Central Lakes Conference play beckons on the horizon for the Alexandria Cardinals, as they'll have 2 CLC matchups coming up next week, one of which will feature on our Leighton Media platforms, including KXRA Radio, and also through the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. So we will wrap up our play-by-play with that. We're going to take a few moments to enjoy some messages from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, and then we'll return with the Jutner Motors post-game report after this brief timeout.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
In time for the post-nasal drip. Tonight inside Old National Bank Arena at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria, the Cardinal Boys hockey team hosted the #1 ranked team in the state, the Moorhead Spuds. The visitors go home with a victory by a final score of 8-1. Moorhead is still undefeated on the year, now at 6-0, while Alexandria suffers a 3rd consecutive defeat to fall to 2-4 on the season. Along with our videographer, J.P. Bolin, and my broadcast partner, Jeff James, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. If you're watching on our YouTube channel right now, you'll notice that the box where the official scorer normally resides has one individual in it, and that happens to be me. Hopefully, we'll have the opportunity to be joined by an Alexandria Cardinal player. All of the players went back to the locker room after the conclusion of the game. Again, a pretty intense battle there, but Alexandria goes down to defeat by a final score of 8-1, and the Cardinals now at 2-4 on the year. This was a game where Moorhead was able to score the only goal of the first period. The Spuds then put crooked numbers up in the second and third periods. Alexandria, to its credit, was able to hang around. The Cardinals actually probably played as good of a second period, if not a better second period than first period, even though the Cardinals yielded 3 goals in that second and trailed 4-0 going into the final period. The Cardinals got on the power play right away and were able to quickly convert as Brody Berg scored his team-leading 5th goal of the year. That put the Cardinals to within 3, trailing 4-1 at that point. But then Moorhead would unfurl its offense, and the Spuds were able to score in a variety of ways. An even strength goal made it a 5-1 game, and then Moorhead's power play, which came into this game converting on about 36% of its chances with the player advantage. Moorhead was able to get a power play goal
That increased it to 6-1, and then the Spuds would score a couple of short-handed goals to salt the game away, to get the game into the mercy rule over the final 3 minutes of the contest, and Moorhead earns the victory by a final score of 8-1, and the Spuds still perfect on the year as this rivalry on the ice in terms of high school hockey renewed for the first time in nearly a decade. But Alexandria goes down to defeat, and the Cardinals have now suffered 3 consecutive defeats since the 4-0 victory over the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders a little more than a week ago here at the Runestone Community Center. Our thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage for bringing you our play-by-play tonight inside Old National Bank Arena at the Runestone Community Center. And we thank Juttner Motors of Alexandria for being the presenting sponsor of our post-game report. I will tap dance, if you will, for a couple of minutes more. And then if we don't have a player joining us, I'll rejoin Jeff James and our videographer, JP Boline, upstairs as we'll continue with our final segment of the Juttner Motors postgame report coming up. The Alexandria boys hockey team will have a couple of games next week. One of those will be right here at the Runestone Community Center when the Cardinals host Detroit Lakes. Now that's actually going to be a varsity doubleheader. The Alexandria girls hockey team will face Detroit Lakes in the only regular season meeting between the teams. That will be on Tuesday beginning around 5:15 in the afternoon. And then the second game that night will be starting shortly after 7 o'clock when Alexandria faces Detroit Lakes in varsity boys hockey. Of course, Detroit Lakes is now in its second year as a full-fledged member of the Central Lakes Conference. Alexandria and Detroit Lakes split in boys hockey last year. The Lakers won the game on their home ice at Kent Freeman Arena just before Christmas, and then Alexandria returned the favor by shutting out Detroit Lakes in a game here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center later on in February. The first of the 2 boys hockey meetings will be in Alexandria this year. When the Cardinal boys hockey team heads to Detroit Lakes in February, we will have the broadcast on KXRA Radio and through your Voice of Alexandria app, with the additional live video streaming on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Our play-by-play next week will include some boys basketball on Tuesday. We'll have more Alexandria boys hockey on Thursday, and then we'll have a hoops doubleheader the Saturday before Christmas on December 20th. I think what we're going to do here on our latent media platforms, being that we don't have a Cardinal boys hockey player coming out of the locker room, we're going to take our final break during the Juttner Motors postgame report. I'll head back upstairs and we'll have Jeff James join us for some conversation. We'll get his impressions on what unfolded tonight at the RCC and much more straight ahead right here on KXRA Radio, with the additional video streaming on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
We return one final time to the Old National Bank Arena inside the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. The Alexandria Cardinals fall to the Moorhead Spuds 8-1. The defending Class AA state champions and presently the number one ranked team in the state. They will likely maintain that ranking. They've got another game on Saturday. I believe Grand Rapids is the next opponent for the Spuds on the Moorhead schedule. But Jeff, I tell you, an impressive performance. Moorhead has a lot of firepower. Their defensemen are pretty strong, and we got to see a senior goaltender that had not seen action before tonight, and Moorhead's just got a lot of pieces in place. They're going to be a very, very difficult team for anybody in Section 8 AA to try to topple. Fortunately, you only need to do it once, but if Moorhead can put together this type of effort, and I expect they do on a night-in, night-out basis, for the Spuds fans, they're going to be a fun team to watch. For the opponents of the Spuds, not so fun.
To the arena tonight and beat the Cardinals, but I tell you what, for some of the things that I saw, it's definitely something to build on. Again, we said it numerous times tonight that you're only going to get better by playing teams like this, and we're going to get to see, maybe not this caliber, but we're going to get to see, at least in our section games, we're going to be able to see tougher and tougher opponents that are going to harden us up for that section run.
Yep, no doubt about that. I know one of those section opponents is the St. Michael Albertville Knights. They're scheduled to come in here in about a week and a half or so, and that's going to be a very good test for Alexandria. I think Elk River visits Alexandria mid-January or early January, somewhere in that neighborhood. I want to say that's January 10th. I think that's going to be a late media presentation that day. So it will take some time, but again, this is almost like hockey royalty in the state of Minnesota. So now at least you have a barometer that you can measure your standards up against some very lofty standards that Moorhead shows up with on a night-in, night-out basis.
Yeah, this is AA hockey right here. This is what we're going to see from start to finish when we get into the section tournament and throughout the section schedule. So whether it's, like we said, whether it's a couple of years or it's longer than that, we have a barometer now to kind of tell us where we're at.
Yep, and 8-1 the final score. Moorhead getting the victory over Alexandria. This is our post-game report presented to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria. A lot of scoring to recap. We'll try our best to get all of the details for you. I don't think we'll get the exact number on the penalty minutes. I forgot to ask Justin Rube about that. before we took off. But, game kind of broke down toward the end. You had some misconduct penalties being handed out along with various minors. What we do know is that Moorhead was able to show off its power play, although it took until later on in the game. The Spuds did score one of their 8 goals on the power play, 2 goals while Alexandria was on a power play. So the last 3 scorers for Moorhead tonight were all special teams goals, 1 power play and 2 shorthanded goals. Going through the numbers here, Evan Warner got the only goal of the first period at the 5:01 mark. It was an unassisted goal, and it was 1-0. Warner basically able to convert an Alexandria turnover there, and that made it a 1-goal advantage for the visitors. Moorhead then scored a couple of goals in about a minute and a half apart in the second. Brandon Mickelson, defenseman for the Spuds, his 5th goal of the year at 4:22. Titan Bergeson and Michael Herman had the assists. Then at the 5:38 mark, Zach Zimmerman scored. That would be his 4th goal of the year. John Grammer and Evan Warner with the assists. And then 3-0 Moorhead kind of in a good spot there. And then the Spuds really got a boost right toward the end of the second period. Adding to the momentum when Titan Bergeson scored. That was an even strength goal with just 26 seconds left in the period. Brandon Mickelson got the assist. And then Moorhead took a penalty right away to start the third period, and it took the Cardinals less than a half a minute to score to wipe the shutout bid attempt by goaltender Nolan Cook. Connor Wang did a great job at keeping the puck in the offensive zone. I believe the puck was on the blue line, but it did not completely cross the blue line into neutral ice, and that's due to the stick work of Connor Wang. So he then brought it back into the offensive zone. He fired one toward the net that teammate Brody Berg was able to tip in. For Berg, the power play goal represented his 5th score of the year, and for Wang, it would be the 3rd assist of the young season. And Alexandria was down by just a 4-1 score. We would not have any more scoring for about 8 minutes or so of game time, and then Moorhead opened things up. Titan Bergeson with his 2nd goal of the night at 9:01 of the third. Seamus Campbell was able to get an assist. And then the special teams goals put the game far out of reach. Joey Cullen with a power play goal at 12:01 of the third. For Cullen, it would be his 7th goal of the year, with Zach Zimmerman getting an assist. Zimmerman would score a shorthanded goal at 14:06, and then 29 seconds after that, Will Cullen scored a shorthanded goal to make the final 8-1 in favor of the visiting Spuds. Moorhead would put 15 shots on Alexandria goaltender Brady Schluter in the final 17 minutes. So the Spuds' game total on shots on goal was 41. Alexandria put 4 shots on goaltender Nolan Cook in the third. So the Cardinals' game total was 16. Cook would get the victory to go to 1-0, making 15 saves in the contest. Schluter would take the defeat to fall to 1-3 on the young season, though he would make 33 saves on the night. Moorhead now at 6-0, heading into a game with Grand Rapids this coming Saturday. Alexandria is off for the weekend, and the Cardinals will be back in action with a pair of Central Lakes Conference games next week. At home to Detroit Lakes as part of a varsity doubleheader on Tuesday night, and then a road trip to Sartell to play at Burnix Arena 1 week from tonight. And that will be a Leighton Media presentation with the radio coverage on KXRA and the live video streaming as well. And, Jeff, in my mind, I think, the Cardinals might be fighting through a few things right now, but, they get a little bit of a gap now, get back onto the ice, get some good workouts in, and it'll be fun to see, as I mentioned earlier in our previous segment on the Juttner Motors postgame report, Detroit Lakes and Alexandria split their 2 games last year, and I think Coach Noah up at Detroit Lakes has another pretty solid team. I think Alexandria might come into that game a little bit angry, but I think Detroit Lakes will probably come in with a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, knowing that when they came down to Alexandria last winter, it ended up being a donut for them.
Oh, absolutely, and it's just another, it's another conference game. It's another thing for Alexandria to look at that might be on your goal board for the season, is to win the conference. And you're going to have to go through DL, Sartell, St. Cloud, all those teams. So it's just another level to get you amped up for that game. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And that will be the second of the 2 varsity games here at the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center on Tuesday night. Detroit Lakes and Alexandria will play varsity girls hockey around 5:15 on Tuesday. Now, that will be the only meeting of the year between those teams. The boys' head-to-head meetings with Detroit Lakes and Alexandria, one in one in Detroit Lakes. But this year, Detroit Lakes girls hockey team makes a visit to Alexandria for the only meeting of the year between the teams. Our next hockey broadcast will feature the Alexandria boys hockey team versus Sartell at Burnix Arena in Sartell next Thursday night. And it seems, at the outset of the year, regardless of where the teams were positioned last winter, we're still chasing Sartell. I know that the Sabres, the Sartell under head coach Ryan Hacker, I think have won it, I want to say maybe the last 3 Central Lakes Conference championships. And, it seems like Coach Hacker gets different people coming in, and they still continue to play at a pretty high level there.
Yeah, he's got a pretty solid squad over there in Sartell, so it'll be very interesting a week from tonight to see it in person and see what he's reloaded with. So
we will try our best to make sure Sartell does not hit double figures after the Sabres defeated Brainerd last week 10-1, followed that up with a 10-1 win over Sauk Rapids Rice. So evidently Sartell has some snipers that can put the puck into the cage and everything like that. But Jeff, great to work with you once again. Not the outcome we were hoping for, but fun to have the defending state champions in. A great audience on hand tonight. Boy, it'd be fun to. Yeah, and you got to consider we had 4 other varsity activities, including one in town tonight, but yet the people showed up, and that was a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, absolutely. When you can get this place packed and get it loud and get the energy there, it really does help the boys. So, and the girls when they're here. So keep coming out.
JJ, have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to talking to you again next Thursday.
You as well, D-Mac. Stay warm.
Yep, we'll try. That is Jeff James, my broadcast partner for our Alexandria Cardinal hockey coverage during the winter. He also joins us for soccer coverage in the fall season. JP Boline has been our videographer for our live video streaming tonight on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Jackson has been our KXRA radio studio engineer back at Master Control in downtown Alexandria. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage for bringing you play-by-play. Special thanks to Jottner Motors for presenting the post-game report. Our next play-by-play broadcast will be high school boys basketball on Tuesday night. Last year's Class AAA state champion Alexandria Cardinals, they will have a new postseason home, and they will face a team that they may face somewhere down the line if they're fortunate enough to make the state boys basketball tournament. Maple Grove will visit Alexandria for a 7:15 varsity game on Tuesday night. Russ Henricks will be along with me for the coverage. JP will be along to do the video streaming as well. Our coverage on the Leighton media platforms will begin around 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. Again, if you're going to be around the community of Alexandria on Saturday and you've got some young people in your family, we have the 2nd annual Leighton Media Kids and Parents Holiday Expo at Woodland Elementary. Kids are admitted free. Adults just $5 cash purchase at the door. But again, if you've got a family of 4 young kids, bring them all along. They'll be able to greet Santa Claus. We'll have various kids crafts, some treats, and much, much more. All coming up on Saturday when Mark Lee Excavating, Asphalt and Paving presents the 2nd annual Leighton Media Kids and Parents Expo this Saturday only from 9 until noon at Woodland Elementary in Alexandria. The JV game was won by Moorhead, 1-0. The varsity game also goes the way of the visiting Moorhead Spuds by a final score of 8-1. For Jeff James, this is DMAC Dave McClurg saying so long from the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria.